And I think we're live. If we're not, then I'm rambling to the air. But I'm just going to bide my time.
That was the notification that we're on.
And pretend that we're live.
Take two,
But
by
now,
the way.
now, apparently we're on. We were on the wrong channel. Full disclosure.
Yeah, we were.
Full disclosure.
But it might be a good time to say we have another channel. If you like wrestling, that's the channel to go to. And I'm not going to name it, but it's called The Wrestle Rambler, so I guess it did.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start this like we start every podcast thus far. What's the last movie you saw? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a big slab of crap? I like how you're just piping in other stuff.
Once again sharing the link on Twitter, so you guys start.
My movie hasn't changed, so I'm going to go with the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the current midst of watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 3. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've gone through it? Or?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out with the crew of Deep Space Nine every night.
Nude.
Loser am I.
Yeah, that's the ultimate sign of a loser.
Yeah.
But a good
Star Trek
kind
on
of
Friday
loser.
night
Yeah, that's a good kind of loser. I'd rather be a Star Trek loser
than a
than a Star Wars loser. No hate if you're a Star Wars loser. We're all losers here. That's what we should have called our channel.
Yeah.
Losers.
Because that's the truest truth that ever truthed. Anyway,
What
Marcus
about you?
in the house, Michael in the house.
Yeah, Michael's here.
What up,
How you
Marcus? What
guys
up, Michael?
doing? How you guys doing?
By the way, I'm back this week. In case you missed me last week, which you didn't, but in case you did, I was breaking my leg in a go-kart.
You had a fangirl here, and you kind of totally dissed her. Marcus says he saw the new M Night trailer.
Is it coming up for M. Night?
Yeah, Glass.
Oh.
I gotta say, before I get to the movie I saw this week, I gotta say that's the superhero movie I'm most excited about. Because I saw the trailers to Aquaman and Shazam. I don't know if you guys saw them.
I'm not.
And that was the thing I saw, so that's cool. I mean, Aquaman looked cool, I guess.
What about
So
Shazam?
that's my reaction to that.
I like
Who's-
them.
It
Who's
was
playing
alright.
Shazam again?
It wasn't great.
Zachary Levi, my boy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I mean, I realize that Shazam's been cheeseball for a pretty fucking long time.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just miss Snyder. But anyway, whatever. We're going to get what we're going to get, and hopefully it's
At least
good.
at least we got a solid director behind it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that means anymore. Because they're just buckling under pressure. But hopefully it means something good. But really it was because in comparison to Glass and King of Monsters and all that jazz, I mean, they were just not as good as those other trailers. So really that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the movie that I saw this week, well, actually yesterday I saw two movies. That was Battle of the Sexes, which was pretty damn good. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was pretty damn good. And the other one was Solomon Kane, which I've been wanting to see for a while. And if you know anything about Solomon Kane's production, this fucking thing's been in production since 1997. They finally made it in 2009. And then they didn't even fucking release it until 2012. And people were like, I don't care because it's Solomon Kane. Who the fuck is even wanting a Solomon Kane movie except for nerds? And you know what? It was pretty good. It was pretty damn good, especially considering it came from the guy that directed your fucking loathed film among films, Silent Hill 3D or whatever.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
I might have to revisit it, but I thoroughly dislike that movie.
No, I think it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to even give it a second or a first shot.
Yeah.
But he did also direct Death Watch, which I really enjoyed. And Solomon Kane was actually pretty good. It kind of reminded me, don't get me wrong, it's not as good as the original Conan the Barbarian, but in terms of what it did with the character, because they're all based on the same writer's characters, it kind of did the same thing where it cherry-picked elements of the character and just gave you an origin story. And it was actually really good in terms of how it portrayed the character. And the only thing that I would have against it is the ending has a big CG monster, and it didn't need to have a big CG monster. And it's not horrible like CG, but it's not good CG, so you're kind of in a limbo of CG where you're like, I don't know if this is good or not, but it's definitely not great.
Well, it's made for like a cent, right?
It was made relatively cheap, but it didn't need the monster. That's the big thing, really. But the character was good. You know,
No,
it was all right.
I mean,
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
it sucks when like they add shit just to add like action or add something and it's like completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Kinda, like pointless and everything. It takes away from what you're supposed to do.
And it doesn't do anything,
Yeah.
the fucking monster. So anyway, but the character was built really well. and they really did justice to the character, despite it being not being based on a single story. But anyway, how about you? What did you see last? And was it good or was it bad?
It's a hard question on was it good or was it bad? I don't know what you think about it, and I know Guardian hasn't seen it, but I saw Vulgar for the third time.
Vulgar?
Yeah, the Kevin Smith produced
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, have not seen that.
I kind of like this movie. I don't know why. I'm aware that it's not very good, but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's my third time watching it.
It's just the ass rape that you like.
Uh,
The male ass rape.
See, that's the thing.
That is the thing.
Kind of. The darker elements work really well. It's just when they try to bring in like the dramatic stuff, the director / writer can't act worth a shit, so it just freaking falls flat. I think Dante from Clerks is pretty good. He does a good job in the role. The bad guys are over the top, but they work. It's very cheap. The soundtrack is terrible. It's horrid. But for some reason, I really like the movie. Yeah, I don't know what you think about it.
I enjoyed it. It is very faulty, but it's way better than anything Kevin Smith himself has directed in the last,
Century.
decade and a half. So, with the exception of Red State, which is really good. And I know he just produced this one, but it's basically all his cronies and pals. So
He is in it.
So I can blame him for it anyway. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. At 1-1, I would rewatch tons of times, but I did watch it a handful of times.
Yeah,
So I guess
I watched this a couple
something
years,
about it.
I watched this a couple of years ago, and for some reason I ended up in a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and ended up on Vulgar, and I was like, hey, I'll pop it in and watched it. And I watched it, and I think my copy is suffering from a little bit of disc rot because it takes forever to read, and one of the special features is kind of glitchy, but no other disc does that. So
What?
that's not good.
That's great. Marcus says he's ready for Glass. Yeah, pretty much the most anticipated superhero movie on my list.
Is that gonna come out in fall or what? Or when
I didn't even notice when the date was for the release.
I think it's next year, isn't it?
Marcus,
Yeah.
find out.
Let's see, and Aquaman starring Roman. Yeah, Roman.
I can see that.
I'm glad that that he can handle the humor, because apparently they're just gonna stick a bunch of humor and stuff now.
In fucking
Which-
Aquaman.
I mean, we're just gonna get Marvel movies, I think now,
I mean,
which is not a bad thing, but whatever.
At least
We'll
with this,
see.
at least with this one, James Wan intended it to be that way. He has been vocal against all the shit that people have been pointing. I have faith in these two movies because of the directors.
I do and I
being
don't
like,
because of the
"Y'all
production
suck."
shuffle. The production shuffle is what scares me. Because if you got producers changing seats, there's the thing about the industry, the moment somebody new comes in, they like to erase everything that was the old guy did. So that scares me, and that happened mid-movie. So I don't know what that means, but I do trust Wan, the director, but then we got all these producers too, but I'm hoping for the best, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the creator side is okay because it has Jeff Johns and James Wan and that guy doing
Well, he's
Shazam.
gone now.
Yeah, but he's still in charge of these movies,
Oh.
It's-
and he's still there for the immediate future.
What happened to Michael asked what happened to our subs. We had a flake out
This freaking dude,
thanks to this
this
douchebag.
groupie left.
How was it my fault?
I don't know if that's actually true or not.
It's really the quality of our content, which is shit. So that might have done it. Yeah, we did have a little bit more than 100. I don't know what we have right now. What do we have?
No,
Right now?
we hit 100, then we went back to 99, and I think we're up to 100 again.
By the way,
So
to
it is your fault, in other words.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Glass comes out January 18th, 2019. So next year, apparently.
Yeah, it's a weird spot to put it in.
Yeah,
Very
January movies.
But okay, let's see. Marcus says he just watched that. It's weird that I think Emma Stone got a stanky snatch. Oh, come on, man! That's my girl you're talking about. But probably.
Nah, I think she's clean.
No, I'm saying. I don't know if this is exactly what he's saying, or maybe what this is what he was alluding to. But in the movie, I was like, she's probably got a little stinky snatch going on,
Awesome.
rug munching and playing tennis all day long.
What movie is this?
I don't know what the hell you're
Battle
talking
of the
about.
Sexes.
Wait, that's the one with where she plays
Bobby
some fucking
Riggs
dude, right?
and
Yeah,
Billie
she-
Jean King.
Yeah, she plays some dude, right, or something like that in tennis.
Yeah. What is this? You're the sports guy. This was one of the biggest sports events of all time.
Yes, but this is tennis.
True. Nobody cares about tennis.
Not even-
But the point is, it was a good movie.
Not even Tennesseans care about tennis.
And I would eat her stanky snatch. What's that flashing light? What is it? What is that flashing light?
I don't know. It doesn't show up in real life.
You know what it might be? It might be that right there
Fan.
at the fan light. I hope. Otherwise, somebody's targeting us to get shot. Let's see. Second season of STD.
STD.
That was
Oh yeah,
FTV.
Star Trek Discovery,
Oh.
which might as well be an STD because again, production shuffle. Now they got 10 billion different people.
Yeah, the
doing
showrunners are like kind of being shuffled, right?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's always bad because, like you say, whenever someone new comes in, they're like, "It's cool, but I want to do my own thing," and it can cause conflict with the actual like content.
It's
of
like
it.
a cock swinging thing. Like
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm gonna establish mines. Anyway,
Mines.
yeah, mines. You haven't heard mines?
Memoria?
Timmy?
Oh man, woo! Anyway, what the fuck? What you got on the burner there?
I don't know. What do we start with?
I don't know. You were the one that had plans.
Not really. I was just like, this is what we can talk about. Seeing that all the stories don't involve me, it's up to you guys.
That's a good start. Hey, want to move this dog out of the fucking line of sight? No, actually, her tail was tangled on the camera there. Anyway, I guess we should start this rolling, and I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do to start it rolling. So I'm gonna start by telling the Michael Jackson story. Get that out of the way. Maybe it'll inspire some conversation. So this is Michael Jackson's story. Disclaimer: real Michael Jackson's not in the story, but there is a Michael Jackson in it. Second disclaimer: he's not a really important part of the story. Much more, he's a backdrop
God
character.
damn it.
So basically, clickbait essentially.
It's not clickbait
But
because
we didn't put it in the title.
True.
he is in the story. But anyway, and we'd have to have clicks for it to be big.
That's
But
a good
the
point.
point is, this is what happened. I was with my ex at the time, and her family loathed the fuck out of me from the get-go. I was poison. I was trash. You know in those movies when they have a character eating at somebody else's house and they get that visible distaste in their mouth, like something went sour in their mouth. Yeah, that happens for real. And so I experienced that with them, and anyway, they hated me. Is the point of the story here? But I tried my best to mend the bridges and kind of try to put myself out there and talk to them and then try to blend in with their surroundings, which I didn't. But the point is, one of these times, me and my ex get invited to a party that is being held at a family friend's house, and this family, my ex's family, was really good friends with a really rich family in town, and they have this big old ranch estate basically. So they were throwing this big old shindig for somebody's birthday. I don't even know who the fuck's birthday. Somebody's birthday, and we got invited, and she wanted me to go. So when you're with somebody, you kind of do shit like that, especially if you're trying to mend bridges and all that jazz.
Like together stuff, right?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, yeah, of course I'll go. You want me to go? Fuck it, I'll bite the bullet. So we go to this fucking thing. I walk in. I already know her family's not going to receive me very well, but maybe these friends of the family will be a little bit more open to my presence. And anyway, the first person I meet from her friends and mind you, these friends of the family are like family to her. Like she calls them uncle and grandpa, and shit like that, So they're very close. So it might as well just be an extended family. Anyway, I come in, she introduces me to the lot, and the first person that I shake hands with is that family's grandpa, like the old man, the patriarch, and his wife, aka the grandma. Now the grandma's very cordial, very nice. She might not like me, but I don't know. I didn't get that impression that she didn't. She was just a nice old hag, as far as hags go. And I like me some hags. But anyway,
Top 10 old hag?
she's not a top 10 hag, but she's a hag that was likable at the very least.
So you didn't hear any teeth grinding?
No, that was nothing from old granny. Maybe she was, I don't know.
That's always a plus.
She had some dementia or something. Point is, she didn't hate me. Or at least, it's seemingly so. So anyway, I go to the grandpa next, shake his hand. Seems cordial enough. Even, pulls me in for the old, man hug.
Nice.
Well, in the midst of the man hug, he whispers in my ear, in Spanish, mind you, "You better keep away from her, or I'm gonna kill you." First off, you're 1,000 years fucking old. you're not gonna do jack shit to me except maybe break a hip. Second,
At me. Not even my hip. At me.
yeah, and second, you just fucked up because now I'm completely out of the zone. Any desire for me to mend
Make
these
peace,
bridges, to
yeah.
make peace, to mend these bridges, you just burned it right there. If the old bastard is gonna be pissed at me, I know for damn sure everybody else is gonna be pissed at me. So I held on to his hand and didn't let go of his pseudo man hug I was in. And I turned to my ex and I go, "Did you hear what he said?" And she, of course, was mingling and stuff. And she's like, "What? What? Who? What? Where?" So I repeat it out loud for everybody in the vicinity to hear. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't say that," in Spanish, mind you. And I'm like, "Oh, you old piece of shit." And I said, "You know what you said? Whatever. I'm already pissed. I'm visibly fucking angered." I move on down the line. I meet the uncle and aunt figure, that is to say the old man and the grandma's children. And, whatever. It's just kind of like a passing hello. I meet their children, and I go and sit down, and immediately I'm sapping the energy from this fucking room. I'm just...
Like a black hole of
Yeah, I'm
energy.
a black hole of energy. And anyway,
Intentionally, or you're just pissed?
I'm fucking pissed, man. Wouldn't you be pissed?
Yeah, I'd be pissed
Oh,
too.
yeah, I'd be
that would
pretty bad.
piss me off. Like, I'm trying to make
But
an
are
effort.
you doing it intentionally?
No, I'm
Or
not
just
doing.
because you're so pissed.
Yeah, I'm just so
Yeah.
pissed that everybody knows I'm pissed.
Yeah.
So
And
it,
just,
it
like,
yes.
sucks everything out.
So there's like this fucking focus on me in the fucking room, like that guy.
There's vitriol and everything
Yeah.
against you.
So
Awesome.
so of course my ex knows what's going on now. My ex knows that something went wrong clearly, otherwise I wouldn't be in this condition, even though she didn't hear it directly. And she's like trying her best, and I wish I would have responded better. I didn't snap at her or anything, but I was like, I was done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm sitting here. Don't bother me. Go ahead, mingle. I'm not stopping you from mingling. Do your thing. These are your people.
But I'm done.
But I'm done. And to the credit, the uncle figure to her, he came up to me and he invites me over to his little mini bar that he had with his son.
Nice.
And he's like, come drink with us. I'm sorry if something happened. And I'm like, all right, well, that's a step in the right direction. So I go with these fucks. And the first thing this asshole tells me after he serves me my drink, mind you, at the time I was not drinking. I haven't drank in tons of years, but that's when I had just started. Like, I'm not drinking stance. And he's like, what's your drink? I say, no, I don't drink anymore. And he's persistent. And I figure, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to break my stance just to try to do something here to make it all better, right? So I say some vodka. He pours me. We have a drink. And we start man-chatting. And his first fucking thing he says is he starts talking about how hot my ex is. Mind you, again, this is like an uncle figure to her.
Oh man.
And I can't tell if this is him genuinely thinking that, or if he's putting me straight in the face of a trap. Either way, I'm
Or like,
fucked in the head about this. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna respond to this. And I say, I'm done, thank you, and I go sit down again. And at this point, my ex comes up to me, and she's like, what happened over there? And I'm like, look, this fucking bullshit right here, it ain't gonna stand. So I tell her what happened. She's incredulous of it because, I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
it's like if
something
I
like-
told you your mom said you're hot.
Exactly,
You'd be
yeah.
like, fuck you, man.
Like,
You know
like
what
it's
I'm saying?
unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, my ex's parents are doing their own little thing over there with my ex's best friend, which is the daughter of the guy that just said all this.
Hold
No matter
on.
what-
We'll get to the chat after his story's done.
Yeah,
okay?
we're getting to the chat
Yeah.
right now. I'm just telling this lame story. So anyway, this is all brewing. A fucking pot-boiling monster explosion is brewing in the background.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting there sapping everything in the room. Well, at this precise moment, fucking Michael Jackson moonwalks into the fucking room. And if you're thinking how he's dead, this was literally a Michael Jackson impersonator. And I gotta say,
That's somewhat better.
yeah, I gotta say, he was pretty fucking good. He was so good, in fact, that for a second I was like, shit yeah, Mickey J's in the room.
He's here to save me.
Yeah.
I'm not a kid though, so.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the two performances he did at the beginning, and I was like, hell yeah, this is the shit right here.
You're
Anyway,
starting to tap your little toe in your corner.
yeah, I'm digging it, you know what I'm saying? Well, as this fucking happens, I decide I'm gonna take a little piss to get some more Michael Jackson action. So I go to take a piss, and guess what happens while I'm taking a piss? Mind you, this is a big party with everybody drinking, so the toilet door's open and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a piss. And I hear my ex's dad talking to the guy, the uncle figure, about how big a fucking piece of shit I am.
Oh man.
And I'm like, immediately, no Michael Jackson is going to save this
Yeah.
fucking day. So I'm fucking pissed. I march out of there. Michael Jackson's doing his little thing over there, you
His
know.
little glove and shit.
Yeah. And I literally bump into this fucker, ruin his game basically,
Yeah.
just because he's in my path to go sit down. And I sit down and I'm glowering like, you know, the best of the fucking Lannisters up there. Well, again, this is super visible to everybody. My ex comes over and she's like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna go. You can go ahead and stay with these fucking degenerate
Heathens.
fucks. I'm leaving. I'm done. If you want to come, that's fine. I mean, I'll be. You know where I live. In fact, I'll walk home. Fuck that shit." So anyway, she of course is trying to, you know, not fuck everything up, like I was so foolishly doing.
Dog.
And she decides she's gonna go with me. Fine, let's go. So I'm making my way out, and the family's daughter, her best friend, comes up to me and slaps me on the chest, pushes me back. She goes, "You're not taking her." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "You're not telling me what to do." One second, what the fuck just happened? You just disconnected
yeah,
something.
keep going. I'm just.
Yeah, 'cause the dog-
Anyway,
dog.
second, don't you ever fucking touch me. Mind you, this is a chick about, I don't know, 28 years old, which at the time I was 28 years old.
But what,
And-
was she like one of those petite, small chicks or no?
Nah, she was a fat lard.
Oh.
Fat lard, super loud. Just
A lump braggart?
yeah, like a piece of shit person if I've ever met one. And that's coming from me. But anyway, she's pushing me, telling me you're not taking her anywhere. And I say, "You know what? If you want to stay here, that's fine. I already said I'm not taking her anywhere voluntarily. She, you know, against her will. She's coming with me voluntarily." So my ex starts arguing with her, you know, in respects to that. Like, "Hey, look, we're just going to go because whatever, right?"
Mm-hmm.
This bitch is just incessantly rambling. She starts swatting in my chest, and that just pisses me off. And I push her. And she's drunk, so she falls. And her little fucking gay brother, he wasn't actually gay, I'm just saying that, comes up to me and does a movie bit, breaks a bottle like if it was cool.
Oh man, that would be funny if he freaking cut himself.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
I don't know if
man.
you've actually broken a bottle in real life.
It
One,
never cuts right.
it's
yeah.
hard, and yeah, it never looks cool like in the
No.
movies. So this fucker just has like a stump in his hand, and at this point, you know how I used to be. I'm in full destruction mode.
Yeah.
I say, "Fuck it, just do it, just do something. You're gonna do something, just do it." And then the little fucker throws his little gay bottle and takes out a knife, and I'm like, "Why didn't you just take the knife out at the beginning?"
He thought it was gonna be cool looking, damn it.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
just imagine that shit in slow mo. Zack Snyder directing that shit.
Shit. Anyway, I
Yeah.
dare him to do something. Of course he doesn't.
Naturally.
In the meantime, Michael Jackson is performing to nobody because everybody's seeing my ass make a fool out of myself. I march out of the place, and eventually, I guess my ex tried to cool things down in the background, and eventually she comes out, and we end up leaving the place. But anyway, that's the Michael Jackson story.
That was a thing.
That was a
I remember you
fucking
told me
thing.
that shit.
Yeah, fucking licks. Anyway, let's catch up
Let's
with
hit
what
the
these guys are
chat.
saying.
It was around here.
Let's see. Okay.
Here.
At least it was metaphorical, Ahab. For my ex, she tried to poison me, and for her, I was trash. Look, you know, there was no efforts on my ex's behalf to kill me, so I gotta say,
That's pretty good.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm a step ahead of you on that in that particular portion of life. But
That family though.
her family definitely had it out for me. I got a lot of threats. When I got out and got back, I got a lot of threats online. And despite being a vastly different person, I'm still pretty self-destructive when it comes to people trying to cow me. So I would just tell them, you know, fuck it, do something. You know where I live, do something. Nicht! Thank you very much.
Bring back that old Ahab
the classic
slogan.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what we got going on here. She made you eat trash. What the fuck?
She was
Oh,
bad
okay.
cook.
Oh.
You know what? My ex wasn't a great cook, but it's the thought that
You
counted.
know what? She made
So,
some pretty good sandwiches.
did you?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't cook sandwiches. You just slap
Yeah.
shit together and go.
Well, I have had sandwiches where they taste weird and like all the ingredients taste separately, which is weird.
Yeah.
Cause like a good sandwich, you bite into it, you taste everything together, not individually in your mouth. It's weird. So
Yeah.
So
I'm
hers
still
was good.
sticking with sandwiches where are no cooking, but at least they were good. I make a shitty sandwich, so I'll give you that.
Then
Let
we
me
got
see.
Al coming in.
Al, what's up, Al?
Al?
What's up, Marco? Boozin?
Yeah,
Boozine?
this is a new guy.
Buzzin?
Are you new to the channel?
What's
We
up,
haven't seen
Marco?
you around?
Did we already shoo you away?
Yeah.
It was- let me see. Al, miss half of what's going on. Just a shitty story about my ex's family. Long story short, Michael
They suck.
Jackson, I stole his spotlight. But
Yeah.
anyway, it wasn't the real Michael Jackson, though.
This is when you were talking about his, her, was it uncle?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, man. Mexicans be banging their cousins like crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, white folk be doing that too,
Yeah.
like down south, but, you know. I guess overall, around the world, people be banging their relatives.
Pretty much.
But the point is, these fuckers weren't even related to her. They were. It was like if I said, "Yo, Goontick, our mom's hot." It was that kind of disturbing.
yeah,
like,
that's-
what the fuck are you saying, man?
Who says that shit?
Anyway,
that is weird.
let me see. Marco says, "Hey, Michael, hi, Al." Let me see. Al, let me tell you, man. She was an alright. She was a good woman, but
Oh shit.
there was issues. Let's say that. Chubby Chasers.
Yeah, we're going to this whole chubby chaser thing.
Look, Chubby Chasing. I'm gonna tell you something. This is for incels out there. I was listening to some incel videos recently, and it just sounds like these bastards, one, have shit personalities, two, want shit to come to their fucking laps, three, suck, and that's it. But the point is, like I've said before in videos, guys, if I can get laid, anybody can get laid. It all comes down to,
It's,
Can
how
you-
you, it's how you present yourself.
yeah, really, it's confidence, personality, that's all you need. Because I got a little dick and I got banged, so
Not,
So
not
that's the
really
thing.
more confidence, just personality. Because confidence can take you up to a certain point, but it's your personality that kind of carries you through.
yeah, that's what perseveres in the end.
Yeah.
Mind you, if you don't have any confidence, then
Then
you're
you
not
do
going to do
shit.
shit. So it's kind of like a mixture. But
Yeah.
yeah, ultimately, you're right. Personality is where it's at.
Michael.
Now, if you're a little dick like me, then that's another whole
You're
issue.
really pushing your little dick today.
Let's see.
Right here.
Bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing. I learned that. I
I
always
like
used to
that.
go out
I'm
with
gonna use that.
relatively skinny chicks, but you know, they got bigger as time went along. I mean, they weren't horribly large. That's not what I'm saying, but I covered that ground. But there was definitely pushing for cushion for pushing.
Coming from
Said
you.
that right,
That
right?
was terrible.
And let's see. Michael says I came here to vent my brain before nap time. Yeah, if you want brainless endeavors, we're the place to go. Let's see.
How do we get Michael Jackson on TDS? We need a shovel.
Yes.
Well, no. Because actually, my mom and my father went to a party for one of our tias, cousins, I guess, whatever. And they had some entertainers. They had the Michael Jackson person. They had trannies and shit. It was hilarious.
Trannies as entertainers?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was
I heard Chinese. I was like, why is that entertaining?
trannies. But yeah, like they had trannies. They had Michael Jacksons and shit. I said
Oh,
plural because
man.
it was plural.
We should get some trannies.
We
in
can
here.
probably hire someone as Michael Jackson to come and just do some shit in the back and everything.
As we talk, he's
As we
just
talk
in the
about
back
nonsense.
dancing and shit.
Let's see. Michael says, Marco, we need to teach Ahab how to say nicht. Nicht? Isn't it nicht? I just like to say nichts because it's exaggerated and stupid
It's
sounding.
pretty funny sounding.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah,
That's true. Everything
interessiert
goes
mich
with
nicht.
Sassy 9. That's in our theme.
What the fuck is going on? If he's a sub, are you his Dom-L? What is going
Oh,
on?
man.
Marco says, anybody can get laid depending on his amount of cash. Well, yeah, a hooker will do you.
Does that count?
And then, of course, there's those broads that just want to, you know, that are attracted to the money. There's those
Yeah,
too.
true.
But that's not
Had-
always the
Had
case.
plenty of those.
2 cents, Al, will get you Goontick.
Yeah.
It's not going to be pleasant, though.
I'll pay you. Shit.
2 cents, though.
Yeah, just 2
That's
cents.
all you got.
Not worth it.
And it's your thoughts and your opinions, not your actual 2 cents.
Yeah. I'll give you my 2 cents about your tiny dame.
Michael says with 2 cents, Ebola, diseased, HIV spreading, bearded transvestite.
I'll take
And
it.
Al says better than nothing.
I,
I don't know, man.
well, I mean,
Ask Tony Todd.
there's this super strain of like super syphilis or some shit back in the Philippines, but it doesn't respond to any antibiotics at all. So that's kind of scary.
The peens.
So if you go to the Philippines, don't fucking bone.
Coincidentally, we have a friend that almost got married to someone from the Philippines.
What happened with that shit?
There was drama.
But he
Say that.
But he was crazy about like doing something to some dude, right, or some shit.
Yeah, she got raped by some military fucks over there.
Military fucks, nice.
Yeah, you gotta love them military fucks
How much you talking?
from the
Goon?
Philippines. That is
I'm telling you, I'll pay you 2 cents. Come over.
69 for free.
69.
69 for 69 cents. That's the deal right
Yeah.
now. Take it. That's it. Don't leave it. Just take it.
69.69s for 69 cents.
Anyways, guys, you got any questions for us? Go ahead and ask them. We're an open book most of the time.
Should we hit a picture?
We should hit a picture. Let's see. We got some stuff on reserve here in the meantime. If you guys want us to talk about anything,
I'm
but
not.
let's look at a little picture right here.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember which picture I loaded up. So
I
it's
don't
gonna
care.
Be,
Just put one.
it's gonna be a surprise for me
Okay.
too. Oh, it's this shit.
What the hell is that?
Sweet Lord.
Can't even see that, by
This
the way.
is one of my favorite subgenres on the internet. People putting on insane amount of filters
Oh.
and putting it out as true.
That's a filter? I
Yeah.
thought that was
That
a
was
tan
just
job.
heavy
So it's
or
really bad
horrible tan job.
makeup, and then she added a filter that smooths out her face, so it's even worse.
But the skin tone is a
yeah,
tan, right?
the skin tone is a tan for sure.
It doesn't matter how many filters you have. The skin tone's already.
It's almost like blackface, isn't it?
It might as well be.
Yeah.
Might as well be at that point. I mean, what the fuck is that? Unnatural as fuck. She'd make a pretty good ET though. ET remake starring this bitch.
Oh man, Michael Keller's comment right here. This chick looks like an older version of a girl that was in my class back in the day.
Wow.
The same color and everything. She tanned that bad.
Marco is digging it.
Hey, you know what?
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, man.
Al
There's
Smith.
something for everyone.
Al Smith, Oompa Loompa porn. Yeah.
Let me see. Make that bigger. I gotta see that. You can't make these small. It's not like we're covering anything good. Man, that's. I don't know what to think about that.
You can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see,
Yeah, I can
the-
see
the
it
glitter,
hurting.
yeah. I kind of want to see it in person to see if it actually looks that horrible.
Well, no, because like, see, part of it is that she clearly put on some smoothing filters
Yeah.
on the face, so it just makes it look like a blob, like a freaking Patrick
Like
Stewart
Patrick
like
Stewart.
blob. But she's also wearing an insane amount of makeup and is horribly tan, so it's like a trifecta of crap.
Yeah.
That is
It ain't good.
unfortunate and horrible. But again, whatever floats your boat. You know, who's to judge?
Next. Michael says, yeah, she was into solariums to get an extra weird tan. I never got the tan thing, man. You know what I never got also? People that tan and purposely leave the tan lines on as if it were hot. Like,
Well, that just shows that they were like naked at some point, right? On the actual beach, quote unquote.
what's the point though? What's the end game here?
Y'all are ignoring the current picture on screen.
Ah,
That was on purpose, by the way. 'Cause it's hideous.
yeah, it was on
This
purpose.
is a failed.
Is this the call that I have
Yeah,
to take?
this might be the call you have to take.
Okay, you guys take it. I'm gonna take this call here. I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
I'm not gonna lie, I was looking up contouring fails,
Content.
and I gotta say,
I
this
need-
is one of them.
A new vid idea or what?
Yeah, that'll be a good
That would be a
vid.
good vid. That looks like a fucking live corpse, if there ever was one.
Yeah. Let's. You know, I've noticed that Ahab says, let's see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
see
then
that.
I was gonna tell him you say that a lot, and I was about to say it. I was about to say we're looking at chat. Inbred child of Donald and Ivanka Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which one is which one is she using makeup? The I don't know, man. I can't tell. It might be the right one. Man, look at those lips, dude.
And those lips are horrible. That fucking nose, though.
Those eyebrows look like shit stains, says Marcus.
It looks like it looks like the Panama Canal or some shit,
Yeah, yeah.
or remnants of it. But yes, eyebrows, hideous and horrible. But I've actually seen women, Mexican women, actually like shave their fucking eyebrows and paint that thickness on them.
Yeah, it's weird, right? What is that thick eyebrow thing?
I'm gonna leave for a few minutes. I'll be right back. I gotta take a lost dog back to its owners.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that that's what the Michael Jackson impersonator looked like.
Oh man.
Not
And
surprised.
you know what? You know what's weird?
Mm.
I think I'd bang the heavily makeup version of her over the not makeup version of her.
I would throw it. I mean, she kind of looks like that chick who's gonna be playing Captain Marvel, which I don't find hot at all, by the way.
Yeah.
Brie Larson.
Yeah. So I guess you're right. I would bang the heavily makeup one.
It'd be like fucking a clown.
Yeah.
And I'm alright with clown fucking.
I saw Vulgar this week.
Yeah, you definitely are okay with clown fucking.
Yeah.
Give me one more picture before I go.
Okay.
And I'll be back, guys. I'm sorry about that. Not that anybody's going to miss me, per se. But I
Let's-
think... Just pick a random one. Doesn't matter.
This one.
What the fuck am I looking at?
You were looking at.
Whoa, whoa, hold on. What the
you were
fuck?
looking at a dog deep throwing the goose.
What the shit? Look, if I know anything about geese,
So you
is that they're complete fucking assholes. So
They are
that
actually
goose is really bullying the shit out of that dog.
Yeah.
That dog is trying desperately to stay away and breathe, and it's not working.
It's like a Mortal Kombat fatality. The goose just freaking shoved his face
Yeah.
into the.
The
He's about to rip out a heart.
Yeah.
with his beak.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate animality. And that's kind of cool, though.
It is
I
pretty
gotta
rad.
say.
I like this one. I knew you would like it. You want to hit one last one?
Hit me one last one before I go.
I'll pick one of yours. This one. I don't even know what it is.
The fuck am I looking
Oh,
at?
this is mine.
Is that mine?
No.
I got the goose. Let's pick a random
This
one. Look, when I make a salad, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want.
You
mean
like?
giant fucking avocado bone, I guess, whatever.
You can't even blame quality control on this. This is just nature. Like, thank you, God.
I bet you the guy picked it up and was like, "Man, this is a thick one."
Yeah, this is a heavy motherfucker right
He
here.
got home. He's like, "Oh man."
This is like this is like nature's own. Fuck you, I own you. There you go.
This is, yeah.
Theirs, by the way. If I actually got that, I wouldn't be pissed.
I would throw it away. I wouldn't even bother eating it.
I'd probably frame it or something or preserve it because it's hilarious.
Anthony John, I like L. Smith's balls. L. Smith looks like my balls. Yeah.
This is all gelling together extremely well.
Yeah. L. Smith's balls are as smooth as eggs. What the shit?
Truth be told, I got in the habit of shaving my balls in prison. And I haven't shaved them in about a month. And it's like a garden down there. An octopus garden.
Is Ringo Starr down there?
It ain't good. It's a little itchy, dude.
I'll hit you a last one.
Give me a last one. Look, I'm not going to say that the next Freddy Krueger movie is looking a bit shit. But that fucker let himself go. Also, why is Freddy Krueger being played by Iggy or Ziggy? That fucking cartoon character. That's his name, right? Ziggy?
Yeah.
I don't know, you're the one that had like a Ziggy tattoo on your face.
Yeah.
Hence the mask.
That's a good point, yeah.
Oh, man. Is Ahab into tentacle porn? Surprisingly, I am not. I actually really dislike hentai.
Yeah, it's not
Kind of
great.
weird.
It's not the weirdness that throws me off. It's that it's a cartoon, so I'm like...
No, I saw a lot of action ones.
No, that too is horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because it just can't live... It's like the perfect blend would be somewhere in the middle, but there is no middle. There's
Yeah.
just this and this. So where do you go? Nowhere.
Or does he just enjoy crabs?
Don't enjoy crabs. Crabs... Look, let me tell you something. There was a guy in prison that somehow got crabs. How do you get crabs in prison?
Fucking.
Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get them.
You ever had crabs?
No, I've never had an STD, thankfully.
I don't have any sex, no.
I do believe I got some sort of urinary infection in prison by sitting on the toilets that everybody else sits on. Because for a while there, like for about a month, pissing was like razors, man.
It's bad, right?
And that wasn't good. But you know, I never gotten an STD, thankfully. Anyways, I'll be back, guys. I gotta go turn this dog in. Do your thing.
In the meantime, we can check out this horrifying cake.
What the fuck is that?
Now, if you were at work and someone brought in your birthday cake and it looked like that,
I would totally eat that.
it's
right
kind
quick.
it's kind of rad. Right?
It's kind of endearing, but also kind of freaky at the same time.
Yeah. Bring back beer. Ahab doesn't drink anymore.
No,
He's not. He's not the smartest person when he drinks.
he's not. We have tales of woe about that. Many of them.
It does look like spam.
It's like a spam grew teeth or some shit.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to tell the story of him being drunk.
Well, we can. I mean, he's not here, so
Let's go into Log Legs.
Well, actually, I kind of want him here.
Yeah,
he
that's
is
true.
a lot because he was a part of it. So
That's a good
I kind of
point.
want him to kind of interject with my tales of log legs.
Yeah, that's a great point. We're going to talk about one of our former friends who will be known as Log Legs.
Yes,
Um,
we have
y'all
tales.
y'all got to tune in for that because he's a character. For now, I don't know what we're going to do with let's get another picture if you want.
Sure.
Oh, this one I like. This is this is old. I can't get. Okay, there we go. This is old Elmo. But yes, the best part is the horrified Elmo in the background.
Perfect face for it too.
He knows he's next. Let's see. Shit, man, this is going quick. Hold on. Ahab's dead. It keeps showing these. Oh man, dude, we would love to hear Marcus's. Marcus is a cool dude.
Uh-huh.
I've been talking to Marcus. We played some Jackbox with him last week.
Was that
He's
fun?
a pretty cool dude. I bet you he would have some badass tales.
Drunk tales or tales in general?
Just tales in general. He seems like the guy that has a lot of stories. There you go. He had to quit drinking because of his tales. Michael Keller's never been drunk. I've never been drunk.
You haven't actually. You
No.
have you even had something before? Maybe
have-
one or two, right?
Yeah, I had some Blue Moon a couple months ago,
That's weird.
but we got the wrong one, and it was super yeasty.
Mm.
Like you could taste it. It was like a grotesque vagina. It wasn't good. Not that I've ever tasted that either.
Uh-huh.
but I imagine a grotesque vagina tasted like that Blue Moon.
You should taste some fucking Shiner Bock.
Was it bad?
It's dark. Well, it's very bitter, and apparently, like when you open the bottle and everything, and that fuzz comes out, apparently that's poisonous. Apparently,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, it's very very bitter and dark.
Yeah, we're not drinkers.
Nope.
But Ahab's dumb when it comes to drinking.
It's like he doesn't drink, but when he drinks, he doesn't want to stop.
Yeah, he's not a drinker, but if like again, Log Legs would come, he'd bring some beers,
He like just
and he
palm
would
it
just
down.
hog those babies down. One time he brought a vodka and he finished that.
He was drinking it by the bottle, right? Straight from the
Yes, for like in an hour he finished that baby.
That was intense.
Needless to say, later that night I had to stay over at his house because he almost died. He was puking in the toilet. I walked into the old restroom. His ass was completely showing.
bottle. Was he like laying face down too?
He was laying face down asleep, ass up in the air. I was like, I could do something right now, but I'm not.
There was this one time where you and I were witness to this, where he became drunk and he was like talking random bullshit. Then I was leaving because I had to go from you guys' area, so I was leaving and there was a dog barking in the neighborhood, and then he's like,
Yeah.
and then it stopped and he's like, it stopped, and then started barking after that, and then he had some sort of obsession with a turtle or something like that.
Yeah, this one time he was super drunk, and we used to have a plush turtle, and he was standing there.
Well, no, he would first be like, shh.
Yeah, he was standing
He
there.
would make
and
sure to
would
make
do that.
everyone quiet.
Even
everyone
if
be
you weren't
quiet.
talking, he would
He-
shut you up.
And it was just two of us, by the way. It wasn't
Yeah.
any. It was just two of us. He would do that and then grab the turtle and then shake it, and then do the Mario thing, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and then he'd like crack up laughing like it was the funniest thing ever.
Went on for quite a while.
About an hour.
It was pretty amusing. It did lose its charm. Much
Quite
like
right quick.
Much like this channel. Marco says, I've been wasted, drunk, and intoxicated enough to cover Al and Michael until their retirement. Man, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
You're not one to drink, are you?
Not really. In fact, I can't remember the last time I actually had one. It was probably about a month ago. I was at one of my friend's house. We were supposed to have game night with like a few of our coworkers. Only I showed up. Kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But I did watch 2 movies with that, so that's kind of cool.
Wait, how many people were there?
3. It was the 2 people that lived in that house and me. We bought
Damn.
we bought like 5 pizzas too.
That is pretty weird, isn't it?
I took one home because pizza. And the next day I drove 24 hours to drive my sister back to where she lived.
Damn.
Sucked. So I didn't even get to enjoy my pizza because I had to drive 10,000 hours.
What's the worst experience where you had something planned, like something epic planned, and it completely fails? I can think of one that you were also involved in. We've had quite a few actually.
We have?
The Toro Burger, which is in the video if you want to go back and see that, our top worst restaurant experiences.
Yeah. We can talk about that. I mean, I kind of want to give my side of the tale.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
It was like worst eating experiences. If you want to go back to the video, like about a couple months ago, but yeah, Toro Burger. It's because like that's when Ahab went to prison for the first time. Like it was the first year, so we were kind of like, wondering what to do.
Yeah.
We made this epic list of like restaurants to go to and everything, which we didn't go to like 2 of them, by the way.
Yeah, I know, we still haven't gone.
But Toro Burger was one of them because everyone was telling me Toro Burger is a great thing. It's the greatest thing of all time.
Greatest burgers of all time.
And so I suggested to add it on the list because of everyone that's been telling me that. And you're like, all right, what am I going to do? So we went to Toro Burger. Sucked. We get there like how he said in the video. The atmosphere was really weird. It was like a really like modern chic kind of douchiness. It reeked of like trying to be upscale. And
yeah, it kind of looked like a bar, but like a douchey bar.
Yeah, it had tables on the end, but then they had this really long table. I guess it was a communal table, like across the middle of it. And we sat at the very end for some reason. I don't know why we didn't sit in a table and in a regular table.
Because the douche bros were there.
Yeah, but they were like on the other side of the table.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we sat there, and I'm not sure if they were there already or they came later, but they were there. We were on one end, they were on the other end. It was like a long ass table. I wasn't impressed with the prices immediately.
It was like $40 when we left for 2 burgers.
Yeah, I was like, damn, it's pretty pricey, and I chose my burger. It came out, and I was like, this is cool, I guess. Took a bite out of it. Was okay by it. It wasn't anything special.
It was something that like you go to like a local restaurant and you're like, that was alright for $4.
Yeah, but it was like,
$40.
you can tell it was like upscale and everything. Try to be all like gourmet and everything.
Yeah, it just didn't taste good though.
The only good thing was the fries, and they were obviously frozen, but they were good for some reason. They were well seasoned, and they were like also shoestring as well, which kind of was weird. But like every like 10 minutes or so, these white people would these white assholes would like come walk out. Like 2 of them, it was like about 4 or 5 of them.
Wait, I think we need to clarify the white asshole thing. We live in a predominantly Mexican area, and these dudes were like straight up like mega white guys.
Yeah,
but like you could sense that they were a little racist towards the Mexicans.
Yeah,
is what he meant by these white dudes.
Yeah, there was some tension there. I should have clarified. For the clarification. But yeah, we live in a border town. If you see someone of a different race, I don't want to say it's weird, but
it's out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it's out of the ordinary.
You're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so and there was some animosity, not at first, but like I said, like every 10 minutes they would get up and walk out to go outside, and every single time I felt these like daggers being pointed at me. I'm like, why is this tension here?
Yeah, it was weird.
Then we realized they're looking at us in a horrible way for some reason.
We thought we were gonna get shot or some shit.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if it was because we were Mexican or because we were on their table or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was like us, like 5-6 stools, and then them, and then they had like 5-6 stools, so it was like a really big distance.
And it's not like there was any other tables. We just took the one that was available.
And so like they kept on doing that, and it kept on like bothering me at first, but then it kept on pissing me off because like, what's wrong with these fuckers? So that kept happening, and I wasn't having good. I wasn't having a good experience. Refills were not free. I found that out when I got the bill.
Yeah.
When I got the bill, I was like, "Why the fuck am I paying $40?" And I checked the items, and it says beverage, and then beverage, and then down here it says beverage and beverage, and I'm
And
like,
here's the biggest piece of bullshit. The cups were like this big.
"Yeah, they were
Like
small."
one sip.
And so I'm like, "What? They don't charge for refills?" So I asked the waiter, like, "Hey, you don't have free refills?" Like, "No, I'm sorry, we don't." I'm like, "Should have told us that before, douchebag."
Yeah, no shit.
So I was kind of triggered already. I was like, "This sucks." Burger was mediocre at best. Environment sucked. People in the area sucked.
Yep.
So I was having a horrible time. So I reluctantly pay the bill because he actually helped out with half. I think he gave me $20 for the meal,
Yeah.
and it was half of the bill. Unfortunately, because we always like go out and enjoy our meal and everything, and then buy snacks and then play games or whatever.
Yeah.
So we kind of couldn't do that anymore. It was
Went
kind of
bankrupt with 2 burgers.
Exactly. So I'm kind of pondering what the hell did we just walk into? And then as we were leaving, there was like a cackle of these people and everything that was at the end of the table. They were pretty much all outside, and they were giving us these fucking looks, man, about ready to pop someone and get shanked.
It was actually kind of spooky. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like on edge.
We were more pissed, but there was definitely an underlying feeling of fear.
Yeah,
going on
for
between
sure.
them.
And I was like, and then we got to our car, and I was half expecting to kind of like come up to the car and like push it or something like that, or like cause a scene. They didn't. Obviously, they're pussies apparently, but as we were driving away, as he reminisced, in the parking lot next door to the actual place, there was a Popeyes, and my instant reaction was, "Damn, should on Popeyes." And he was like, "Yeah, we should have." And then we kind of contemplated that, but then we kind of
Yeah,
realized,
because we weren't even full.
it
wasn't even
that
satisfying.
unsatisfying is that we weren't even full, and it was a big burger too, and it was like, this kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So I thought about it, but then I realized I have no money anymore thanks to that shithole.
Yeah.
I was annoyed.
That was a bad one. That was all your fault too.
It was totally my fault, and I still have to make it up for you. Happened like 50 years ago, by the way.
Look, Marcus, I gotta agree. Popeyes is awesome. My mom hates it for some reason. She loves Church's, which I'm not a fan of. It's completely greasy. Doesn't taste very good. I like the crunch of Popeyes, but I don't like the price of Popeyes. Popeyes is pretty expensive.
It can be.
It's still better than a $40 burger, though. It tastes like shit.
I'm not a big fan of their gravy. It tastes too real. Like they actually like.
I don't understand this. I mean, I do. But
because you want to taste that artificial brown gravy taste. You don't want to taste chunks of like vegetable, and you're like, oh, like tastes too real.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my stance on the gravy. The mashed potatoes and everything else is great.
Yeah, I love their freaking biscuits, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They're
awesome.
salty as shit, but they taste good. Popeye is awesome. Popeye is evil. He eats spinach. Popeye is my boy. There's Popeye freaking merch everywhere in my room. That being said, you looked around to confirm.
I did actually.
I do have a couple. But I was annoyed that when I went into Popeyes and there was no Popeye around. I wanted a freaking Sailor Man to give me my freaking legs and thighs, you know what I mean?
I wonder what Popeyes is named after. The restaurant, not the actual character.
I don't know. I was shocked when I learned Popeyes was a chicken and not seafood. Yeah, you would think it'd be seafood because of Popeye the freaking Sailor.
That and it's like a Cajun thing. It's like a Louisiana kind of thing.
I kind of like the music when you go in. You get this shitty ass like Mardi Gras music. I kind of dig it.
Because of Nolans.
Yeah, it's pricey but worth it. So Guntik is into weird sailors. It gets worse by the second. Dude, I love Popeye. I'm gonna try to do something, and it might end with everything. There we go. Check this out. Popeye. Bam. I got Popeye Pop over there. I got Popeye Book over there. I got 3 volumes of Popeye over there. Popeye is one of my earliest memories of loving comics.
You know what, that is true. Like when I first started hanging out with the Guntik and Ahab, one of my first memories of this fucker is Popeye. Like, him and Popeye was synonymous to me. And then he became Batman, then he became Ghostbusters and everything else.
If I could get a tat, it would probably be Ghostbusters, Batman, and Popeye. And I don't mean separate tats, I mean they would be amalgamated into one creature called Pop Bat Ghost. That was bad. I don't know
That
what
was
I was
horrible.
Going, I don't know where I was going with that.
Do not do that.
That would be-
Or do that and we'll mock you for it.
That's for the 500 sub special. I'll get the pop. What was it? Again.
Pop bat? No. Yeah, pop bat ghost?
Yeah, I'll get the pop back ghost tattoo on my back. Thankfully,
how
that'll
big?
never happen because we need to get subs for that.
But you heard it here first. 500 subs. Fucking a tattooed
Pop back ghost.
pop bat ghost.
So continue,
Hashtag pop bat ghost.
Yeah. I don't trust Cajun food. These people only bury their dead for a year and a day. That's just wrong. I don't trust eating food cooked by someone with a corpse in the kitchen. Look, our Popeyes, it's pure Mexicans, dude. You should just come over here.
Yeah, like come to our neck of the woods. Nothing but Mex people.
A bunch of Mexicans making your little. I don't know if that's better or worse though. I think I would just rather have some corpse people making my meat instead of
Like Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing.
my kin. Nothing against Mexicans. We are Mexicans. It's just,
Yeah.
It's funny to pick at your own peeps, I guess.
Yeah, it can be. Can be pretty fun.
I don't know if we want to hit another pick.
Let me see.
And how is it called? Oh man, the special ingredient is semen.
Better than the fucking ingredients for this other restaurant in our neck of the woods.
Look,
That rolled tacos thing.
what?
The rolled tacos thing. The
Yeah,
restaurant.
dude, no, that's
Oh.
bad.
Yes.
Marcus says, "Hell yeah, my Popeyes is felons who can't get a job somewhere else. Maybe we should send Ahab up there. He could get a job at the old Popeyes, bring home some chicken, even though it'd be miles away."
Miles away. Days away, I think.
Yeah. Marcus is in the same state as us,
Oh, okay.
but it's still pretty far. Texas is a big place.
Texas. Whew. You want to drive across country? Texas is like half your drive.
Yes, that embalming fluid is a secret ingredient in KFC. Look, you got KFC tails. I remember one time, this is one of my favorite ones. I remember one time you came home and you were talking about how, not home, this isn't your home, but you came here.
Might as well be.
Yeah, and you were like, you were annoyed that you went to a Taco Bell / KFC combination because they didn't have any chicken at the KFC. So you're like, alright, I'll get a taco, and they told you, quote, the taco machine is not working. Which I found hilarious that both restaurants didn't have their respective meals. But then I started thinking, what the hell is a taco machine?
Yeah.
Human hands? You don't need a machine to make a taco?
In fact, that actual tale, I was leaving work. I went to this Taco Bell / KFC, and the next day I was gonna come to your house so we can hang out and chill or whatever.
Yeah.
But my usual thing was get off at like 9:30 for my job, and then go and like buy like a trough of food, and then watch like a movie or something like that, or make it worth it because it was my Friday. And that's what I would do. So I went to this place so I can actually buy like some fucking chicken. They're like, oh, we're having chicken right now. I'm like, okay, great. What can I have? Tacos, whatever. Then that was what like the taco machines are working, and like I'm thinking like, then what the fuck are you selling then? So I'm like, all right, bye, I guess. And then I took off and drove away. Coincidentally, that same place, I went one time after work again, and I ordered myself my meal and everything. Like, okay, yeah, it's this much or whatever. Went to the back of the line, waited there. 15 minutes later, the line didn't move.
Yeah.
Everyone else was yelling and honking. I just pissed off and left.
Yeah,
Didn't pay
bad.
for it though, thankfully.
Remember one time we went, this isn't a bad experience, it was actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
We went and we had our little chicken meal,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a massive, literally it was a bucket with a handle for soda. And I kept that bucket with a handle, and I was glad I did, because like a couple months later I got a really bad urinary tract infection, and my wiener was leaking hardcore, so that baby came in pretty handy. It became my blood bucket.
It's
I know
TMI.
this is really gross,
Super
but
TMI.
trust me, do not get an infection in your ween. That baby hurts.
Hashtag infectious ween.
So me and Ahab have had ween infections. I don't know if you
not.
have.
I have not.
You got any ween infection stories?
I do not, thankfully.
Good, because they suck.
Alright, let's see the chat
That
here.
being said, the closest to getting laid was getting that ween infection.
Was that because the nurse touched your balls or something?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just the bacteria, I guess, whatever causes the infection
That was
was in my shaft. So
awesome.
there you go. Al Smith. Wait, hold on. Alright, I think we missed a couple, huh?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know what Marco's talking about with memories of embalming fluid over Peter Jackson's sandwich. I'm really confused by that. Maybe it's an in-joke with Al, but I'm confused.
Yeah, that's a tail.
I
All in
flew,
itself?
yeah, that's a tail. I flew to Cali one time, and being on the flight for 2.5 hours, and they say we're finally leaving. Oh my god, dude!
Jesus, man.
That would suck my freaking infected penis off. Ever had the feeling of just nod like you're in agreement and slowly walk out the door without turning your back to the other people? Because I have that right now. Our channel has that effect on people. They
Pretty
just
much.
walk in, see two fat assholes talking about infected penises, and then they just
piss off.
unsub. Yeah. By the way, pissing is horrible when you have an infection. I just want to say that.
Should imagine.
Never been to the West. The end of the earth is Virginia for me.
Nice.
And even Virginia is a different planet to me. Those people put mustard on everything. Dude, I love mustard. I used to hate mustard with a
Yeah, you did.
passion. Like, I would murder you if you put mustard near me. Kind of love it now.
Interesting. Like, mustard is great, but in excess is not so great.
Dude. Whew, whew, whew. The other day, Mom made some burgers.
God.
And I was like, put some mustard on that, baby. And she brought it in, and it had, like, some loser amounts of mustard. Like, you put that mustard in or something. It was just a little bit.
Like a little
And I was-
smear?
yeah, and I was like, dude. She came back, and it had, like, 5 bottles of mustard per bun. That shit was my jam.
There was this one time where I was driving out of state, and there's this really, really badass place called Whataburger, where we're at.
Oh, yeah, that is a regional thing.
Yeah. So we were leaving, and it was like, I think it was the last Whataburger going to where I was traveling, I guess, whatever. And me, being a big Mex that I am, I ordered mine with jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, do you want everything on it? Yeah, onions, whatever, put it all in there. There was like an entire inch of onion, an entire inch of jalapenos.
I hate that shit when they put, like, stems in your burger and shit.
That sucks. I
It's
hate
like
stems.
Flip, dude.
It's like they had some excess they had to get rid of or some shit. They're pushing that shit
Yeah, it's
right
horrible.
quick. Yeah, it was horrible.
Apparently, I think Big Marcus, again, I keep saying Big, I think Marcus hates mustard, in which case, the hell, dude. Leaving the house is entering reality. I can't handle reality. Yeah, same here.
It can be kind of boring and stupid at times.
Oh, man, Michael Keller. Al, mustard can do wonders in bed. Grotesque lube. Top 10 grotesque lubes.
That's a video.
Yeah. Bro, I live on an island. I'm not used to being near water. Make my own mustard with April Fool.
back.
Some folks back.
So that little dog belongs to like a whole crew of
Essays?
kiddos.
Oh,
Were they happy
man.
to see him?
Yeah,
See her? Oh,
it was pretty sad.
did you cry?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was gay. Anyway,
We had,
I
we had
heard
to-
grotesque lube.
yeah.
I used a couple of grotesque lubes in my day. I mean, not by my request. I hate the idea of food in the bedroom, period.
Mhm.
George Costanza, I am not. Hate it, think it's disgusting. But when your partner wants to try something and it's their best way to, do something, it's their ideal method,
Fuck it, right?
you go with it.
Did you use mustard for lube?
No, it was Ready Whip was one, which is pretty common.
Yeah.
People use that, except that your dick's all sticky by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get
That's
an
not
infection.
fun.
Yeah.
And but the worst one was this silicone-based lube that was strawberry flavored. Oh man! And well, let's just say I got a rash. Everywhere this
Were
lube
you,
hit
like,
me,
allergic to it or what?
I guess so, man. Maybe the silicone.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck, but first of all, it's suggested you should use water-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period. But I think the taste is what attracted
Yeah.
her, and the point is, I was red in places I shouldn't be red, and it itched. Speaking of itching, my lungs itch.
You want to switch?
No, it's
No,
alright.
I'm kind of bummed that we have to give the dog away.
Yeah, that's what I told the lady. I told her, honestly, I was kind of hoping that, because I didn't notice the missing dog sign
Yeah.
for what it was. And I was like, when they told me, I was like, Oh man, I can't ignore that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I lost a dog and I wanted it back.
We got some conscience problem. Yeah, that was bad.
Yep.
You're gonna have to watch this live stream back, see how bad I did picking up the slack.
Yep.
Let us know if I did terrible, but he's back, so I guess we can breathe now.
What are we talking about? Or did you see all the pictures and shit?
We haven't seen them
Not
all.
all.
We saw a couple of them. We actually talked about Toro Burger
More from my side of the story.
from his side of the store. We're
mhm.
talking about some shitty food experiences. I was gonna bring up PBs.
Wait,
We
let
didn't
me
get
get
to
in
it.
though, just because
Yeah.
I can't read from here.
That's fine.
I can't read for shit.
We were gonna talk about log legs, but
I want to wait for you.
Guardian wanted to wait for you.
All right, now I can kind of see. Let me see, go in and try. What the fuck?
They're talking about lube. I'm not exactly sure why. Al Smith, did you get a reward, Ahab? Sexy reward.
Look, let me tell you about sexy rewards. I got plenty of them in my lifetime. But sometimes what you plan to be the sexiest thing is usually the unsexiest thing. Example. This was my last ex. You know, when you begin a relationship, the sex is rambunctious and plentiful. So you're like at it 24/7, like bunnies. And anyway, we had just finished, a fuck tryst, for lack of better words. And somebody called me from a job, and it was a friend. So we were chatting on the phone, and old girl was trying to be seductive and shit, right? And normally in a movie, this would work out perfectly. She's being seductive. She distracts you long enough for you to say, "All right, bud, I gotta go," and you go at it. That's
I saw
the
porno that way the other day.
yeah, that's the ideal porno movie or just standard movie way it goes. Reality is, old girls on her side, drawing her hand up her leg all naked and shit, and I'm like, all right, I'm digging this. I'm on the phone like, all right, I'm going to have to get off this motherfucker quick. Anyway, she's doing this. She goes, to the ass cheek area, and she had a pretty big old rump in the best way. Anyway, she goes to the old ass cheek area as if to say, these my cheeks, do you want in? And as she's doing this, she like rips her hand away from the ass area, and in her hand is a piece of toilet paper.
Oh, man.
Now, not a dirty piece of toilet paper, don't get me wrong. It was just like something that got stuck there, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a whole fucking square and a half.
That was like a roll up in that piece.
But
Those
the-
Walmart rolls.
Yeah. But since I was on the phone, kind of half-assed distracted, she thought maybe I didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
So she's like doing one of these, and I'm like, dude, I totally saw that. Ruined the mood, but it was hilarious. Anyway, but I did get some sexy time. So anyway, let me see. Molester of the Year award. What the fuck's going
I
on?
have no idea.
Let me see. You better not shout. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm going in.
Dry.
Man, Santa got perverse.
Yeah, that's...
Let me see. Check out Tenacious D, 12 Songs of Christmas. Yes, do that.
Was there shit inside the... Damn it! Marcus, why you gotta bring that up?
There was no shitty toilet paper roll. Hey, but I gotta say, since last time that I brought attention to the old shit fingerprint on the paper roll, there was another incident. Not even like 2 days later, I go in and there's a fucking shitty fingerprint on the paper. And it's not even the roll this time. It's like literally, like the side, like if you cut the roll like this,
You know what's bad?
the cross section.
You know what's bad? I noticed that, and I was like, this is gonna be brought up on the damn stream, isn't
Fuck
it?
yeah, it is. I mean, what the fuck? You need to like wet that little part and like rip it off or some shit. Can't have no shit
I
cross
tried to
sections.
take it off, it just smeared it though. It was actually a
It made
really
it worse.
small. It was a really small speck, but my clean job ended up making it worse.
I got this ass cleaning down to a science, man.
Or you were like, housed in, prison, so you
Yeah,
kinda have to.
you gotta be, like succinct about your fucking job, ass cleaning job in prison. If you're lingering on that toilet, or as they call it there, the yoga, worst nickname for a toilet ever. If you're lingering, you're you're a pariah into society.
Well, to that society, which is horrible, by the way.
Yeah, because they still have man space in there, and there's only 4 toilets and shit.
Yeah.
If it's a small enough unit.
Let's hit a pick.
Was there shit on the inside of the roll? Thankfully not. Oh no.
This is again.
Is this one of those smooth
It
ones?
falls into my favorite genre, one of my favorite genres. Horrible smoothing jobs.
You know what that looks like? What's his fucking name from Rick and Morty, the blue guy?
Mr. Meeseeks.
Yeah, it looks like a Mr. Meeseeks,
Yeah?
only
It's got the
brown-ish.
Meeseeks hand.
Wait,
Now,
is her job like striped? Because I'm seeing stripes, or is it just my fucking mask?
Her job?
Well, like her Photoshop job. Like, is it striped? 'Cause I'm seeing stripes for some reason.
No, the background striped.
Oh, okay. That's probably what.
Why is only one lip?
Yeah, one lip is
pink.
pink, the other one's brown.
The fuck?
Her eyes are completely miscolored. 5-head as far as the eye can see.
Pretty much.
I could live with a 5-head. This lip discrepancy, and the whole she's Mr. Meeseeks thing. Mr. Meeseeks and Pocahontas had a child. Boom. This is it.
So, would you smash or would you pass?
I would pass hard.
Guardian?
Not even a question. Hard pass.
Nah,
Get
you
that
would
shit out of here.
smash.
Well, at the moment, yeah, because I'm.
We hit this one while you were away.
Look, I'm not gonna say that's my birthday cake. I'll be honest with you. If this was my cake, I would be very happy.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool, actually.
Whoever took the time to make that atrocity.
He's like a gold star or something, or a black star.
Speaking of atrocities.
This is one of yours.
This is look.
I just read the caption.
This is one of the great memes of all time, and fucking me and Guardian used to work at the same spot at one point in our careers, quote unquote,
Yeah.
and we worked with a chick that looked like the Grinch. In fact,
I remember her.
did I dub her the Grinch or did somebody else dub her the Grinch?
I think someone else did. We just kind of picked up on it.
Man. Oh yeah, no wait, I called her Seuss, and then somebody else called her the Grinch. It evolved from Seuss to Grinch because it didn't even hit me that she looked
Seuss
exactly like the Grinch.
And she did, by
But,
the way. After it was told to me, I'm like, oh yeah. It's at the one realizing you're like, and then from that point on, you cannot see the Grinch.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't really interact with her too much. She seemed like a fairly okay person.
She was fine.
But
She wasn't a Grinch.
she wasn't a Grinch, but she was
The
definitely
Grinch.
she was definitely Grinch looking.
Very,
This
very
bitch
much
though, shit.
No,
This one's
like a-
straight out the book.
It's like if the Grinch had blackface or something.
this
Hmm.
is I want to. Why did she make the mouth go down so much?
It's like if Dave Chappelle and the Grinch had a baby. That's it.
Once again, the massive eyebrows come back.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Is that did she elongate her upper lip, or is that how it is?
I hope so. I hope that's like a bad Photoshop job. That has to be a bad Photoshop job.
I mean,
If that's how it actually is IRL, it's kind of spooky.
On the plus side, if she was a dude, she'd have a mean ass mustache.
Yeah. Unless you couldn't grow one, then it would just suck. We got a new guy in.
Chris Trotta in the house, trotting out them trotters.
Oh, we got some. Oh, we also showed this one while you were away. I think you might like this one.
Yeah.
What does it say? What the fuck?
Look at the Elmo.
Man, he's terrified.
He's like, oh man, I'm next.
I've been that guy. I've been that background Elmo. Let me clarify that. I've been the
Yeah,
background
I was
Elmo.
about to say, dude. I don't know what this is. This is one of yours. Oh man.
This is the best. This is the absolute best handicap ramp of all time.
It's pretty extreme, I gotta say.
That's some Fast and the Furious shit right there.
Freaking Vin Diesel.
You
got
know,
crippled.
you know how Hollywood is Jesus.
Yeah.
You know how Hollywood
I was hoping
is.
you would ignore that.
Yeah. Not. Hollywood is being all PC. Like we got to include everybody on the fucking spectrum now.
There you
Otherwise,
go.
the movie's shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Fast and the Furious 10,000
Like
dying.
Like this wheelchair of mouse,
Shit.
you're gonna fucking need it.
Paul Walker's
Damn.
Revenge. Because he's dead.
We actually got footage of the new Fast and the Furious movie. Look it up. It's actual moving footage. Exclusive here on $10 Slimer. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the Fast and the Furious movies. It is dubbed that. Don't click yet though. But we have here for you guys exclusive Fast and the Furious 10,000 part 10,000 footage. Hit that, roll that sweet bean footage.
Oh.
Look, I'm not saying Vin Diesel has let himself go.
He really has. He passed out.
That motherfucker's out.
We got a new guy in the room, Anthony John.
Anthony, welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Anthony, we're actually working on trying to get Al. I think Al's going to have to do it from his end of the spectrum, though, because he's got insanely high fucking...
yeah, no shit. He's like working at NASA or some
upload
shit.
rates up there. We're trying to get ourselves to actually collaborate on a video together.
I try to figure out a way to get, like, the Hangouts thing. I couldn't figure out a way. It's kind of hard. I might have to look into it a little. I was actually hoping to ask Michael, but there's no way to contact him directly. If there is, let me know. That way maybe we can...
Collab.
yeah, maybe we can set something up. We can find another pic. This is one of mine. Yeah, and I'm a huge fan. I'm a big fan of Sphinxes.
Just use Discord for that. I only use Discord for porno, so I'm gonna have to figure that out.
I use Discord to talk to someone, and by talk to someone, I mean every 1 billion years they acknowledge I exist. This is a Sphinx looking at some raw chicken.
Sphinx?
Being really sad.
We have an affinity for sphinxes here.
Yeah, we do.
If we could have a sphinx, we would, and we would oil that baby all day long,
And then
and or mistake it for chicken and eat it.
to throw it into the pan.
No, we just eat it raw. We didn't even bother with cooking it.
Can you cook it?
I mean, yeah, you can cook anything, right?
True.
I would
Very
gladly truffle shuffle, but I do have an abdominal hernia, so it would probably destroy me.
Yeah, you would see someone die.
But I will say that I have truffle shuffled before,
Why?
and cause what the fuck, I don't give a shit. But yeah, start a GoFundMe for truffle shuffle. Look, if somebody's paying me to truffle shuffle, I'll brave the hernia ripping further. I don't even give a fuck.
And then something just born.
Al surprised. Damn, Al, $10,000 for a truffle shuffle.
This is one of yours again.
I'm gonna have to say that Sons of Anarchy spinoff is not looking very good.
It's really clean though.
It's really clean, but not in the right way.
I just want to point out that this seems to be Russia,
Naturally.
and that makes a lot of sense.
This is actually just a normal day.
Yeah.
The cop is actually asking him how he can trade his car for that.
He's not actually a cop. He just stole it.
Michael says he wants one of those bikes.
Hey, you can combine your morning commute to work and showering or
I
bathing.
haven't seen these pictures in advance, so I just saw the next one. It's pretty funny. I'm trying to resize it. Okay.
Look.
Fuck? Is that
I'm
a
not
cat?
saying this is what my wang looks like in a condom,
Oh man,
down to the hair
that's just the head too.
and the eyes, yeah, full length. I don't even know what to think about this one,
Nope.
other than I kind of want to see a cat do this in person and not help him
He
ever.
looks so depressed. Look at his face.
He's given up.
yeah, he's like.
If there's
"Shit."
one thing I know about cats is eventually they reach a stage where they just say, fuck it, I'm living with this, and that's that, and that cat is at that precise
Yeah.
stage.
I want to reach that stage. I think this is also. Oh man,
Look,
what the shit?
this right here, I've encountered something like this. Not precisely this, but something like this, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. It's a mini story. Now, I used to work in a place that had a lot of public traffic, and there was a public restroom. And every now and then, you know, I'd send somebody to go clean the restrooms because, you know, who wants to sit in shit
Yeah.
while taking a shit? Well, something like this happened, only I don't know if this is worse or less abominous than this.
Oh, jeez.
God damn it, Marcus!
Yeah, you know what? There was no fucking poo inside that roll, so you can actually learn from this motherfucker. This motherfucker did it so well that the shit is lodged firmly in one spot, nary a spot anywhere else. It's an amazing masterpiece,
I'm gonna
really.
do that next time you go in the restroom.
But
Anyway.
I would appreciate that. At least I can see the effort in that. But so I send this guy to go clean the restrooms, and he comes back pissed, and he's like, "I'm not doing that. I'm not cleaning that." And I actually wrote this into a script. I don't know if you remember
I
this.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar as well.
Yeah. He comes back. He's like, "I'm not cleaning the restroom," and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck? You want your job or not?" And he goes, "Dude, just come and look at this." So we go to the restroom. It was the male's restroom, by the way. And we walk in, And no, trust me, the
Yeah,
females.
the females are gross.
The females' restroom was always the most disgusting, but this just so happened to be the male's restroom this time. So we go into the one, shitter, not the urinals, but the actual shitter. We go in there, and I'm like, "What's the issue here? I don't see a problem, except that when we close the door behind us, on the wall in shit is written the word shit."
Oh man, that's kind of awesome. I'm not even gonna, I mean, no, it's bad. But if you're gonna write something in shit, might as well be shit.
Might as well be shit. And my question is, how did he write this shit? Did he dip into the shit and then write? Or did he use the log as a huge crayon?
In my mind, it's the crayon technique. He sharpened it too.
Yeah, if there's a crayon log going on, then I appreciate that. Anyway, what he ended up having to do is get that old steam-powered water jet and just spray it off the wall because somebody took the time to do that shit.
That's
Literally.
bad.
The fact that we're analyzing how this happened is already a win for this guy.
Yeah.
Or for this
Yeah.
person.
You sent him cleaning the restrooms and came back pissed. You know what? That also happened, but that's another story. I also caught a guy naked in the restroom twice,
Oh man.
Oh, talking
shaving
about
himself.
that next dude?
Yep.
Was he like all like, "What's up, how's it going?" In the
Yeah,
public restroom.
He didn't even give a fuck. It was like he was the most normal thing to shave in the fucking restroom. Naked. Except for his hat and his shoes.
Damn. This is
Thank you, Al. See you later, man.
Take care, man.
Marcus is fucking sad.
yeah, he's really sad. We all love Al. We're sad to see him go. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
This is the best restroom layout I've seen.
No. I mean, that's a whole lot better than the prison ones.
Well, yeah, that's true. But imagine you go to like a Walmart, you're taking a dump, and then some guy just comes and takes a piss at the urinal,
Bye, Al.
and you're just like, man, this guy's seen my dingling.
Oh, man. I mean, at least it's at that level. Imagine if it was higher.
It covers your face really well, but your freaking ass and balls is out there.
You know what? I think I'd rather have it covering my face. It's like where, you
yeah.
know, like when we wore masks out in public.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Our
liberating.
nuts were out.
Yeah, nobody fucking knows who you are. They don't give a fuck. You're kind of like strutting around with extra confidence. So it'd probably be better, sadly.
That's all the pictures we got.
We got some vids, though.
We do have a couple vids. Do you want to hit those, or do you want to hit the log leg tails?
Hit the vids, hit the vids.
All right. Next vid is well. Let's go with a classic.
This guy right here. Look. Let's study this guy's technique. Why isn't it starting? There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't even put his hands out. Who falls and doesn't try to stop the fall? This guy just gave up.
Yeah, he's like the cat. He gave up.
Yeah, he just said, fuck this. I'm destroying my face on pure steel sheets.
I know the audio might have been loud. I'm sorry if it was loud. I fixed it.
If it is, that's even better.
Yeah, it actually is. The sound is pretty epic. You can hear the skull cracking.
Pretty much.
I'm sure he lived, but I kind of wish that he hadn't.
Horrible. Horrible.
Someone who also broke his arms trying to break a recent fall. Yeah, but at least he tried.
Yeah.
Breaking your arms means I tried to stop myself from getting hurt. This fucker just gave the fuck up.
This fool, that's how he broke his little hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see. Oh, God. What do we got here? Oh, this is a classic right here.
Oh, damn it.
Right here. Sneak into the old bedroom and... Look at that! Look at his face. Look at the dog's face.
I gotta admire the guy's technique. It's pretty epic.
Look at this. He's in the throes of ecstasy.
His technique before he got caught was pretty on fleek though. Check this thrust out. Oh shit! That's happened to me. It was mainly my hand, not necessarily the pillow. But it's never good.
Pick is kind of out of the vid.
What? There?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't put it in the corners.
There you go.
Yeah, this dog.
This dog is.
It would have really been great if he just kept on going.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I see you.
And
Fuck you.
I don't
I'm
give
gonna
a
be fucking.
shit.
And the thing is, somebody slept on that pillow.
Yeah,
And you know he's humped it before.
they got dog seat on that pillow.
Got some fucking pink eye and shit.
At the very least.
Uh,
What else we
I
got?
think this is the last one we got.
This motherfucker. This made my nuts retract right here.
Oh my god, no.
Look at her leg, fellas. Wait for it.
Oh no!
Holy shit.
Oh no! It's like a freaking piece of gum.
It's like
No.
a toilet tube that's just been shat on and disposed
It
of.
really is.
It's like when
Ah.
Triple H tore his quad, that's like 50 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah.
That's the only painful one. I had tons of more nut clenching pain videos, but I figured one was enough.
Yeah?
I kind of can't stop looking at it. It's weird. Oh man.
It's like the one with that chick doing the leg press and she locks her knees.
Oh,
Have you seen
yeah.
that one? And of course the classic dude benching and it slips from his grip, and that guy actually died though. It ruptured his ventricles, the pressure.
Oh
But this chick right here,
man, that little musk.
You can see a lot of like sports injuries too, like fucking football and fucking soccer
Yep.
and shit.
Anyway, enough of that
Yeah, that was-
painful ass video.
Final picture, the best one.
Damn it. That's fucking you right there, bro.
It's really big, by the way.
Yeah, this is
There we
unnecessary.
go.
I mean, it's on the wrong side.
It's alright.
Let's be honest here. But it can't fit next to Guardian, so we're gonna have to leave it.
Go with me.
and you lean into that motherfucker.
Yeah, I
too.
do. Dong Smoker, yeah, that's my name on
Oh,
the
sorry.
Jackbox.
Anyway,
Should we hit the log legs?
yeah,
Actually,
I guess.
before I guess, let me get the drinks actually, because it's gonna be a pretty long tail, I guess.
All right.
Here's
Right
a here's a setup. This tail might potentially suck. We don't know, but
Oh, it sucks, because it's log legs.
we used to have well, really I used to have, and by default these fuckers met
Yeah.
a friend called Loglegs, and Loglegs he was a cocky, confident, super right winger if I've ever met one, and he was a cool enough cat for a while, but as I grew up and changed, and he grew up and changed, our personalities just didn't mesh anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not that we had a falling out, it's just that there was really no reason to hang out because, he sucked.
He's kind of a boho.
Now, I will say this, as much as I may say he sucks, he is the most successful person of us all four.
Success does not dictate coolness.
Yeah. That's like saying Hitler was cool. Yeah, he was super rich and shit and he ran his own country, but he was a pretty big asshole, I think we can all agree.
Oh yeah.
So Loglegs is Hitler, basically. That's what I'm saying here.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Log-leg
Loglegs.
Hitler.
Loglegs was an asshole. But he was also one of these people that, when you try to hang out with the guys, you do guy things, you say guy stuff. He was so anal about certain things that he just didn't, click with the guy wave, you know what I'm saying? And I can empathize, I've been in spots where the guys I'm with are too much of these, Chad types, all testosterone, no brain types. We're kind of in a soft middle, but we at least expect you to be a guy. We don't expect you to scratch your nuts and burp and watch sports. We just expect you to be a dude, be cool, be all right, be able to hang back and just chill. Well, this motherfucker had no chill in him, and we're gonna tell some Logleg stories. The first one is a brief one. We all four went, us three and Loglegs. We went to a Cece's Pizza, which is a franchise of pizza buffets. Cheapest, most horrible pizza you could ever imagine. And we were all there, and we reluctantly invited Loglegs in a bid to, extend deeper sort of friendship to him. Guy friendship. And old Loglegs decides that, he's going to grab 2 slices of fucking pizza at a buffet. And we're like, dude, come on, man. I mean, it's a buffet. You can just grab as many as you can. But that's fair. Maybe he just didn't want more than 2. But whatever. He grabs 2 slices of pizza. We all pile on 6,000 fucking pieces on our plates.
Because we're fat hogs.
We're hogging out. you know, and old Log Legs gets an extra plate with ranch sauce on it.
Ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing, yeah. And you know, some people like to dip their old pizza in that. I don't, because fuck ranch dressing. But anyway, he's one of those types, I guess. So he decides to start dipping his old little pizza in there, and guys being guys, we take the piss out of each other.
Of course.
So we
Because those are bros, right?
yeah, and it's not even like we're not even punching each other's nuts type of taking the piss out of each other. We peppered some Parmesan cheese on his ranch dressing. That's it. That was the extent of the joke, which is not
100% edible, quite delicious Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, it would have been
the one like we were seeding into his ranch.
Yeah, I mean,
Or like coughing on it or some shit. It was just
Yeah.
fucking Parmesan.
yeah, eat that shit. Or if you don't like it, you just put it aside and grab some more ranch. This was the extent of the joke. It wasn't even a good joke.
No, it was
bad
something to pass the
joke.
time because we were so bored out of our minds.
Yeah. So what does this dude do instead of laughing it off, and or if he didn't dig the joke, which let's face it sucked, he would just push it aside and be like, "Oh, you stupid fucks, I'm gonna go get some more," and own us. But no, he pouts, crosses his hands, refuses to eat for the extent of the rest of the meal. At this point, we all concurrently decide, fuck this shit, we're extending our stay
You know what's funny?
here as long as possible.
We had already been there for quite a while,
It was.
and we
it
wanted
was,
to leave.
Yeah, we're like on the verge of leaving, and then that
But when
happened.
he did that shit, we didn't even say anything. We just all knew
Like in unison, we kind of like
that
thought
we were like, we're gonna
this
be
was
here.
Gonna happen.
This is gonna be a thing.
Yeah, and we lasted so fucking long there just to make him feel like a complete dick and uncomfortable. Unfortunately, he was so stuck up and set in his ways that I'm pretty sure he thought he won. I don't
Yeah.
know what. We just wasted his time and ours, but we were glad to waste ours if it meant saying, fuck you, logs. Anyway, let me see what we got here. Tomorrow Ahab tells us another shit at the toilet papers. Look, it's going to be an endless roll of toilet paper roll stories. Hey, you know what? That's true. He did just go to the toilet. So, Marcus asked, was he the one-up guy? No, he was not the one-up guy. Although he on occasion would have a tendency to do that, but not really. Not to the extent of the actual one-up guy.
Well, he thought he won up, but you know,
Yeah, he definitely didn't.
he did not.
He was a
no one
loser.
won up. And in fact, we went down because that was horrible.
There was another tale at the same establishment, and this was, what was it, like a year later, maybe half a year later.
Half a year.
Here's the thing, Log Legs was a piece of crap, but at least we could be around him for a while.
He was intelligent enough to hold the conversation.
Yeah.
Barely.
Whereas his little brother,
I call him Neanderthal.
dude, his little brother was one of those people you just can't stand, but you have to put up with. Like let's say your girlfriend or your wife has a very annoying mother and or father. You just got to put up with them. You can't do anything about it. It's not like she's gonna say "fuck you, mom." You just got to put up. This is this guy. He's your friend's fucking brother. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Short of calling him an asshole, which we almost did. But anyway, this fucking douchebag, we invite him to go eat at the same establishment, no less.
For some reason.
And he decides to bring his brother in. Like, there was other people too, right?
Which is them too.
Whatever. He brought his brother. Who plus ones on anything?
That's dude related, you know?
Yeah, that's
Bros.
dude related. If bros are going, don't bring a plus one. The fuck is this asshole?
Unless he's part of the group, do not plus one.
Yeah, do not plus one in that situation. So he plus ones, of course. And this, like you said, Neanderthal looking fuck clubs his way, drags his knuckle up to the fucking, that's right, just one knuckle, up to the fucking table, sits down, proceeds to annoy us immediately with this endless stupid chatter. You know when someone tries to fit into your conversation and they're trying too hard? That was that guy. Anyway, he was wearing a Venom shirt, which annoyed you for no damn reason.
Actually, that happened later on, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was another. That was during the
Yeah, that was during
cookout,
the
right?
infamous, yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, God.
these fuckers are annoying us already. Log Legs is especially shitty because of what's going on with his brother here. And at this point, we discover that Log Legs is carrying a gun with him. Now, as we mentioned, Log Legs is a right winger, so he's all for gun rights, and that's fine, except that, you know, I was a pretty vocal asshole at the time, much more than I am now. And I don't think it's very cool that someone's carrying heat with no license in our presence. So I decided to just put him on the spot and start saying out loud, "Hey, he's got a gun here. This guy right here's got a gun."
Like fucking Nedry style in fucking Jurassic
Yeah.
Park.
And
No chairs.
this makes Loglegs really, really fucking nervous.
Naturally.
And he decides he's not going to heat anymore. And once again, we ruined his date. And it was kind of funny. But his brother fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. Anyway.
I have a mini one. Remember one time he came and we were gonna go out. I don't remember to what. Anyway, we were gonna go out, and he came over from his home, and we are like, "Hey, we're going out," and he's like, "Cool, I'll go along too." And let me go change my shirt.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he leaves and spends like 18,000 light years away. He comes in like, was it like an hour and a half later, maybe?
An hour and a half.
Yep.
An hour and a half later,
With a different shirt, by the way.
and all he
thankfully.
did was change his shirt. It's like, what took you so long? You live a little bit far, but not that far.
I kind of have to give some context to the distance, I guess. Like as these fucks mentioned before, we live in a border town or
Yeah.
a border city area, but like the main city, I guess, is like about this big, and New York is this entire fucking room. It's a small, big city essentially. I live about 30 miles east of said big city in a small town. These fucks live about 28 miles of that big city in the same area that I do, even smaller town. But this fucker lives in like a rural area past where I live. So yes, it is far, but not like across the galaxy or some shit.
Yeah. It's like a 10-minute drive max.
Yeah.
I would
Back
say
and forth.
15
Yeah,
minutes
10,
drive,
15,
you know.
yeah.
Either
yeah.
way,
An hour and a half.
an hour and a half to change a fucking shirt. And then that's the day we went to the movies. So we had a time fucking limit.
Yeah.
And this fucker spends an hour and a half changing his damn shirt.
Interestingly enough, with him, we saw a lot of shitty movies.
Yeah.
We did
Ghost
actually.
Rider, freaking Wicker Man.
No, we saw Wicker Man with him.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
saw. I didn't
Oh my
see
God.
it, thankfully.
Wicker Man.
I mean, Wicker Man was better than Loglegs. So that's a thing.
But it doesn't say much because Wicker Man shit.
And it is shit.
But
Anyways, Loglegs.
long legs. So yeah, you know, he takes eons to fucking put on a damn t-shirt. What was it again?
It's a
turtle
freaking
shirt.
turtle shirt.
Hilarious. So he goes out of his way, probably doesn't shower, because I mean you would think he would shower and get ready and everything, put on like some sort of dress shirt, right? No, comes back in a Turtles t-shirt. We're like, the fuck? And I'm thinking
It's
like,
not like he came here naked. He came here with the shirt.
Yes.
Why did you have to change your shirt?
and
Yeah,
it's funny.
I was thinking like maybe it's gonna be a dress shirt. Nope, turtles.
Yep.
And he specifically said he was going to change his clothing to a
Shortly.
turtle shirt. The shirt he was wearing before was better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
We digress about that, but yes, log legs. I have a tale about log legs as well, kind of mini one. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Mario games, but you know, the first level of every Mario game is pretty much like a tutorial. Like this is how you play the game. It's supposed to be super easy. So one day, you know, we decided to hang out with him at Ahab's old crib. We prepared for that mentally, so we're already drained out of our mind. So we're waiting for his arrival. Comes in, and I'm not sure if I'm playing or you're playing, but one of us is playing the Game Boy Mario, or what was
It was
it?
a DS.
Yeah, it was a DS Mario, and I've been stuck on a level that was like super hard.
We were on the last.
Yeah, we were
world.
like on the last world, and it was like a level that I couldn't pass and was getting frustrated. So I went back to the first level so I can start, you know, regaining my fucking health or regaining lives, as one does normally. So he walks in, asks us what we're playing. I'm like, oh, I'm playing Mario on the DS. So he takes over, and then, you know, he's quiet. So we're like, good, let's continue our hangings or whatever. So we're just there.
It was in his room. We were playing pool.
It was in his room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we go to the Rompus room. More on that later.
We were just playing pool while he was
Yeah, we were
playing.
We were playing pool, and by that I mean we were just fucking around. And he was quiet, so we were happy and we were content. And it should have been weird to us that it was quiet for that long because he's kind of outspoken too. But it was quiet for some fucking long ass time. Then, like, you know, it had to have been 45 an hour later,
Yeah.
45 minutes an hour later, he finally utters, "Oh, cool, finally passed the first stage." And then I'm like, because I wasn't outspoken back then. I was kind of like a turd back then when it came to like, a dweeb and everything. And I look at him and I'm like, did I just hear him right? I'm like, what? And then this fucker, he turns to me, he's like, so we go to get lives. Oh my god, it was super hilarious.
And it wasn't even like trying to put out a cool line.
It was
genuine confusion. Like, dude,
this is how lame this guy is.
45 minutes past the first level in Mario.
That's a stage that our grandmother passed.
That's a stage that we played so much, we could do it without even looking at the screen.
Yep.
I did that one time. It was actually pretty awesome.
Yep. I mean, it's really loser, but...
Very loser.
But not as loser as Log Legs.
Yeah. Not lasting a fucking hour on a first stage tutorial.
Now, speaking of his Rompus room, his Rompus room was... well, let me set it up this way. Log Legs, first of all, Marcus says he took half an hour to change his shirt to sit in a dark room where no one would see.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes. What is it? What else is who else is he going to impress? Us? What the fuck? Anyway, this fucker had this Rompus room because Larry, that's his real name, by the way, Log Legs Larry. No protection of his identity here. But anyway, Log Legs Larry is pretty well off. His family is rich.
I like how
as
we
fuck.
kept up the Log Leg and then he just dropped the Larry.
Well, you know, he's stupid. But anyway, the point is, fucking Log Legs is from a well-to-do family.
Well, they own like a couple farms, I think.
They own a shitload of
land,
farms, industry, etc. They're rich. So he had this little Rompus room to call his own, and basically it was a game room. Is basically what it was. Mind you, a lame one. Despite how much wealth was being thrown around, he did nothing to make this room cool. He did have a pool table, I guess. That's about it, and some shitty card table where he got pissed that we weren't playing cards right. We don't give a fuck. Anyway.
And a TV, and that's it.
And yeah, the oldest TV on Earth, which he insisted we could put DVDs in. And I was like, I'm not putting my DVD in this bucket of sand. And that's all I had inside the tray. Anyway, this fucker's Rompus room was like his pride and joy or whatever. And I don't know where I was going with this fucking story, but the long story short is he had a pool table. And we first played pool there with him, I don't even know, second time or whatever. But the point is, we noticed something about him whenever he played pool.
Well,
and
let me add some context. We don't play pool at all, and when we do, we suck at it.
Yeah.
All of us, including Log Legs.
Yep.
But there's this few rare occasion when your ball doesn't go into the galaxy and everything, skip across it off the table. You actually make a badass shot. Now when this happens to me, I kind of like walk around like I kind of own the place a little bit, but in my mind I'm thinking, holy fuck, that was a badass shot. How the fuck did that happen? That's my mind process. But go ahead.
Yeah, but and if I ever made a shot, I was just shocked. Period, that it happened. The point is, we weren't trying to make an effort to be good at pool.
Yeah.
Or we weren't trying to like be badasses at pool when we clearly are not.
Now I don't know if that was the case with you or not, but we played pool with chicks in our presence. And I didn't give a shit either. I don't know if you did.
I mean,
but that's excusable because if you're trying to like quote unquote, I don't know why guys think this, but they think if they're good at a sport or good at something, that chicks are gonna be like, ooh, look at that guy, he's cool. It's really bullshit, but whatever.
I cared about how I performed from those ladies, but since my skills suck so much ass, I was kind of forced to be like, oh, I guess I don't care. But yes.
The point is, we didn't give a fuck about the pool, and old Log Legs Larry there. He would make shots more often than we would, admittedly.
He was the best one out of all of us. Not saying much, but he was the best one out of all of us.
Yeah. But here's the thing. He owns a fucking pool table so he can practice 24/7, and clearly he gives a little bit of a shit about it.
Yeah.
But so he makes a shot, and instead of just being like, cool, I'm cool because I made the shot, he decides to strut around the room with his little butt swagger, and then here's the capper. Here's really what threw it over the fucking edge. He chewed gum.
Without gum.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be like he had a piece of Trident in
there.
Nope. Invisible gum.
The moment he makes a shot, he thinks he's cool enough to fake chew gum.
He's like God's gift to pool players or something. He's like the best trick shot player of all time.
The only thing that would have made it worse is that he had chewed that gum and then spit that gum out.
Yeah, the only fucking thing... He was a step away from fake smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, he might as well have just done that.
It would have been cooler.
Look how cool I am with this
And-
fake ass cigarette that doesn't exist.
And it's funny because like whenever he would make a badass shot, and we noticed that by the way, but this fucker kind of called him out on it. He was like, oh, there goes Larry making a badass shot, and there goes that walk. I call it the cock.
Ah, log legs.
But speaking about the stupid card table that he had a card set with chips and everything. Obviously, you know, as he said, he's kind of well off and everything. We are clearly not. We were poor as fuck back then. I still had some funds, but not a lot. I know this fucker would fucking spend his entire check. I would pick him up from work. He would get paid. He would get his check cashed, go to the mall. His money would be gone in like an hour.
To be fair, I always paid my bills.
True. But still.
But it was still fucking foolish.
Yeah. Point is, we didn't have any money at the time. He wanted to play with money. We're like, we have none. I had some. He had none. And it's playing with log legs. So we're like, no, we don't have any money. But he was like insistent. So he's like, well, let's just play for fun or whatever. So right there, that eliminates the main reason for poker is gambling.
Yep.
So already we were kind of annoyed. So he passes out chips and everything, and then he passes out the cards, and we're playing for a while, like a short while. And again, I should have actually picked up on this, but this fucker was quiet, which means he was raging in himself. and I'm
stewing in his own filth.
Exactly.
His mind filth.
And I'm kind of like trying to play up the whole thing, like, oh, you know, I have a good hand. What do you have? You know, I'll raise you this and I'll raise you that. This fucker was silent, but I was kind of trying to like make face because I was a dweeb back then. Kind of still am, but not as much as before, thankfully. But you know, we were both kind of like playing, you know, a little bit into it. He was completely checked out, and then I remember at one point, someone dealt the cards. And then again, you know, I was playing the whole like, oh, you know, I have a badass hand, you know, I want, you know, 2 or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, I'll have 2, whatever. And this fucker was like, oh, like, just put his cards down, like, all right, cool, whatever. Gave him his cards, gave this fucker his cards, because I was dealing. Dropped down my cards, and I was like, well, I'll raise you this, and I'll raise you that. And he was like, I'll raise you this, whatever. This fucker, like, aggressively thrusts all of his chips. He's like, I'm all in. Like, to the point where he, like... half his chips dropped on the floor because he thrust so hard. And at that point I'm thinking, fuck, man, you know, he's confident as fuck, so I'm gonna fold. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sit this one out, I'll fold. And log legs, again, you know, with this whole like reaction was like, oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna fold 2, whatever. And then this fuck was like, oh, like, seriously, I beat you with the worst fucking hand, and he showed us the cards. It was like 2s and fucking like 4s, and like 7s and everything. It was like the worst hand of all time, and he was pissed because he won with that hand.
Man, I was fucking annoyed at that time, man.
It was hilarious.
Remember?
Well, yeah, because like at the time I didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and then when he thrust those chips, he was like, oh, like, yeah, I beat you with this fucking hand and everything, and then that's when the whole game stopped. I guess log legs realized that this is like the stopping point, because I guess he knew you better and I didn't. And then as we were leaving, I was like, what the fuck was that chip thing? And then he was like, oh, like, dude, I was so annoyed at life at the moment and being dealt that stupid ass hand. I wanted to end right then and there, and it didn't. It continued. Oh, it was hilarious.
Fucking old Marcus seems to have much better games and luck at rumpus rooms than we do. He says last time there was a pool table and ladies involved at a friend's house. One started dancing on top, and some of the guys started throwing money at her. My dumbass made it sprinkle with change, and his Kroger Plus card.
That's kind of awesome. Not even gonna lie.
Hey, look! If I was a chick, I'd take that Kroger Plus.
Hell yeah, dude! The savings.
Buy me a little pizza.
I don't know what Kroger is, but I just assumed savings was part of it.
We didn't have any chicks in the vicinity.
Anywhere,
except for
like
the
within
huge
a square
pussy
mile.
named Log Legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he counts as a girl, right?
He definitely does.
I think it's time, the cookout.
Yeah, we've been building to this cookout story. Again, it might suck complete ass, but we're going to go for it anyway. So, the Rompus room, again, you know, this is like a room that was supposed to be, it was billed as a game room.
Entertainment den.
And it wasn't even fucking his room. I mean, yes, it was owned by his family and everything, but they were renting the space out to their cousins or some shit like that, or some family member, and that room was part of that building, I guess, but it was separate from the main house. I didn't understand how that was. But
It was
that's what
it was another piece of property.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The point is, he owned a fucking rumpus room. It sucked, but it was supposed to be cool, supposedly.
Excuse me. So, when we first arrived at the Rompus Room, is what's infamously called, we took a tour of the actual like area, I guess, or the space. I remember taking pictures of this fucker in a silo. That was funny.
What?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
in
they-
a grain silo.
Yeah, it was a grain silo. It was like a small grain silo, but it was open. And he's like, "Oh, take a picture of me in it." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, just do it." Like, okay. He's all super happy in it too, like a loser and shit.
He was putting it in his
And I was
pants.
kind of like, I want to do that too, but spiders. But anyways, so we took a tour of the place and everything, and it was just like a typical, like decrepit farm equipment and everything, empty silo apparently. But there was this one item that I found interesting. It was like a boiler kind of thing. It was like a giant canister of that was a boiler or an old propane tank or something, but it was cut. The part of the side was cut and it was made into a door, and in the middle of it was like a grate. And I was like, oh cool, this would be cool for a cookout, because you know it's pretty much like a grill right there. And they're like, oh yeah, we should and everything. So he got in his right mind to like prepare this thing, and by prepare him, just put on top of something to make it look like a grill. So then our umpteenth visit, it seemed like
It was actually just the second one.
it was the second one or so. It was like it was like a short number, but it felt like 10,000 already. But he's like, "Oh, look what I have and everything. You know, look what I set up." I'm like, "Oh, you actually did it. That's kind of cool, I guess." So you're gonna make that cookout now, huh? He's like, "Yeah, I guess." So then the next visit again felt like 10,000. We made this plan to have a cookout and everything. You know, meat, hot dogs, hamburgers, the works, right? So I make this badass pico de gallo. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like fucking Mexican salsa. But I put tomato sauce in it. It's like jalapenos, onion, tomato, lime juice, seasoning, and then I put tomato sauce. He loved it. I'm not sure he still does or not. It was great.
It
Tasting
was
right.
the bee's balls.
But I diced everything so fine that because I wanted it to taste all as a whole, not just individually, like kind of the sandwich story that I told. So I diced everything fine, mixed it up and everything, saved it.
That epic yarn.
So then I made this.
Co-written by Nathaniel Hawthorne.
So I made this fucking thing, and then I took it to the cookout with like, all the meat and stuff. We were like enjoying ourselves, shooting the shit and everything. We were eating our pico with like chips or something like that.
Wait, you forgot one very important part. Since this is guys hanging out, we bought a fuckload of meat,
Yeah.
hot dogs, just tons of fucking food.
Like a fucking
Too much food.
Like a 40-pack of hot dogs, right, or something.
Yeah, it
like
was a shitload of food. Because it's guys hanging out.
Guys.
I
cooking
wasn't
out.
there, but you still got a fat lard. You were a lot fatter back then.
that. Fat, like double the me essentially. What I am now.
Larry's basically a humongous log with a gut.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of meat.
Yeah,
And it's a cookout. You expect to stuff your face, your fat face, with meat and cookout items and everything.
Yeah.
So while the fire is getting ready and everything, we're enjoying our chips and pico. Well, this fucker, Loglegs, not this fucker, but Loglegs, is like picking out the tiniest jalapeno pieces from his,
Freaking Joto.
and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And I didn't call him on it because again I was dweebing and everything. I don't think he's noticed until much later when I told him. But I was like, what the fuck is he doing? That should have spelled disaster right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I let it go because I'm like, I guess he doesn't like jalapeno, I guess. Because all the green little tiny pieces, microscopic pieces were picked out. And this fucker was meticulous. Like every single green piece was picked out. Even if it was cilantro, it was picked out.
He was using that piece with tweezers and a microscope.
Pretty much. Yeah,
He used the fucking Hadron Collider to get those fuckers out.
But yeah, so that was already lame. So this whole like canister tank grill thing, we stuffed it with wood because we didn't use charcoal because he had 10,000 pieces of wood.
Wait,
in
you
his
missed the best part.
I like
best-
how you have extra juicy pieces.
The
of throw.
best fucking part was that we bought all this fucking meat,
Uh-huh.
and he had prepared this stupid canister grill thing,
Uh-huh.
and we were like, all right, we're set. First of all, he questions the amount of meat. What do we need all this food for? The fuck are you talking about, asshole? We're fucking fat fucks eating food.
It's a cookout.
And his logic is, we don't need this much food. Of course we don't, we're fat, but that's the point. Second, he decides it's wise to invite not a +1, but a +1,000,000. And later, all these fuckers show up. His brother and his friends that we really don't give a shit about. Like, we didn't give a shit about his brother, much less his friends, which are super lame, and decides to share the food with them. Who the fuck invited these fucks? But that's not even the best part, or I should say the worst part. The worst part is he prepared this stupid tambo to grill shit in, right? And it's a makeshift barrel, basically, with a grill in it. And all these logs and shit, right?
Because he had 10,000 pieces of leña, which is lard, in his yard, I guess. And he's like, we don't need charcoal, we have this fucking wood.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
And
fire, right?
And here's the thing, the fucking wood was still basically green.
Oh, man.
So you couldn't even start it, or it was so fucking old that it burnt through in like a second. So we're taking forever to try to light this stupid bitch-ass thing. And here's the thing, when we went and got the stupid tambo, right next to it was a brand new grill, a gas grill, that was like sparkling new. We could have just used that. In fact, while you were trying to make everything work in this decrepit piece of crap grill that he had concocted, you suggested, why don't we just go get the new one? And he's like, no, this one's good. Which to me spelled,
it's not mine.
It's not mine. I don't want to get my dad mad, or whoever it belonged to, and I'd rather us use this piece of shit because I hate you fucks.
Yeah, I think that was the one.
So 10 brilliant years later, you finally get this logs to burn, and everything's
throwing his legs, and it starts right away.
Yeah, everything's smelling like old chlorophyll, and you make 10,000 pieces of meat. And his friends show up, or I should say his brother and his friends show up, and immediately, I don't know about you, but my appetite went out the fucking window.
When I saw the car pull up, I'm like, who are these folks?
What is this?
What is this? What is this? Madness. Then I saw his brother pop out, I was already out. I was like, fuck this.
Yep.
Fuck this shit and fuck this time. This is already complete garbage.
And I was increasingly abrasive at that point. I didn't give a fuck if they cared. I mean, if they knew that I didn't want to see their faces.
And this is the whole Venom thing came up because Spider-Man 3, which featured Venom, had just come out like 2 days prior. And this Neanderthal was wearing a Venom shirt. And to me, it ruined Venom from that point on.
He sucked.
He sucked so bad that Venom was ruined. Ruined, I say. It was ruined.
Anyway, this fucking bullshit endeavor was so fucking awful that even though we stuffed our faces to the gills, not because we were hungry, but in an attempt
we wanted something to happen.
No, it wasn't. Maybe that was your motivation. For me, it was, I don't want these fucks to eat any of this food because we paid for it.
Was that a spite?
Yeah, we didn't invite these assholes. Larry's being a pussy, picking shit out of everything. We're gonna eat the fuck out of this food and leave because fuck that. So we stuffed ourselves to the gills, but we didn't enjoy one lick of it.
Nope.
And it was so awful that when we left,
No. Yeah, like we were. By the time we left, because after they showed up, they were there for about an hour. They were playing pool and being stupid and childish was just pissing me off. Their breathing was pissing me off. But they left like about an hour later. We left shortly after that because I was like, I'm done. I'm not sure how you feel, but I'm done. And then we were driving away, contemplating life at the moment because I was so enamored with what just fucking happened. And then continue.
Yeah, so as we're driving away, we're like,
we're pulling out of the gate and going onto the street.
Yeah, we're like you said, it was like a watershed moment in our existence.
A traumatic experience.
Yeah, like from this defines the meaning of the universe, and if this does define the meaning of the universe,
shit,
then that means God is uncaring and cold and or dead because fuck, this shit sucked. Anyway. We decide right there, despite being packed to the gills and unsatisfied, hey, let's go grab something to eat at the old meat shack.
This fucker's like, because we were both silent, we were both dead silent as we're driving away, and he's like, fuck this, let's go get something to eat. I'm like, let's go. Yeah. No question, let's go.
And it wasn't because we were hungry, it was because at least we knew we could enjoy each other's company and not feel like we just ate 10 tons of air. Man.
This is the thing. Whenever he would come by, cool. we had to put not that we were kind of making face for him, but we had to kind of be a certain way
Yeah.
and be proper and everything. We're not proper.
I-
Fuck this proper bullshit.
I was weirdly open to the idea of another person.
Me too, actually, until
You know, and we always even kind of like, oh, cool, Larry's coming for a while, and then, oh man, this dude.
like after he would leave, it would be like a
yeah.
sigh of relief.
And after a
then we
while, I
would
was like,
continue.
that's not a good sign of having someone over when you feel relief when they leave.
Every single time, too. It wasn't that one time. It wasn't the cookout thing. It was every single time we would hang out. It would be like, thank God,
Of course,
we survived.
There was that one time where I don't even know what the fuck we were doing, but he just showed up out of nowhere.
Oh, that was like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember.
Were we drinking already, or did we start drinking because of him, or
No, I think you brought something or something.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did bring something. He brought some sort of concoction. I don't know, some sort of fancy schmancy liquor, and he liked to get blottoed, and I didn't drink often enough to be called a drunkard. But when I drank heavily, and
We touched on this
Yeah,
earlier.
we did actually. When you
See,
were
so this was one of those circumstances. But apparently he wasn't fucking prepped, even though it was his fucking drink. And it didn't take long for him to start being all woozy and shit. Eventually, he just knocked out.
Actually, before that, we had actually went to our favorite pizza place down in our neck of the woods, Peter Pan Pizza. We had actually eaten a 5-meat treat. It was basically just like fucking bacon, ham, pepperoni.
Sponsored by Fear Fiber, by the way.
He was brought to you
Totally.
by Hogs.
Because it's a badass place. This is a 5-meat fucking pizza. We were enjoying our pizza, and then we went back to the house, back to his crib, and then all of a sudden we were like, somewhere alcohol got involved. He was like, he wasn't prepped, but he was the first one to be like, whoa, this is weird, and then he fucking passed out.
Yeah, he passed out, which was really a relief, because we could just be ourselves again. So
And this fucker was kind of gone too, a little bit.
yeah, but I'm content that I didn't have to listen to Log Legs.
Because he was passed out.
But the fucking Log Legs, all of a sudden, in the midst of his slumber, wakes up, eyes, like fucking egg whites. Then he runs towards the door, frantically tries to open it, fails.
To be fair, your door was pretty hard to open,
Yeah,
but
it
all you had to
was.
do was just kind of like
just
jiggle
pull-
it and then push it, and then
You have
it'll
to
be.
pull in and then jiggle, and then that's it. But he didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't know that.
The point is,
to his credit, he didn't know that.
And on
But-
top of that, he was drunk.
Yeah.
So he's frantically trying to open this fucking door, fails miserably, stops for like 1 trillisecond, and then all of a sudden, because his back is to us facing the door, all of a sudden there's this fan of viscous brown fluid that covers the entire door and showers and pours down its entire length. And
it's
then
a
we
glass door, by the
realized, yep, and we realized at that moment, well, this fucker just threw up on my door.
It stunk.
And it smelled like shit.
And then after his initial diatribe of vomit, he successfully opened the door and then continued vomiting on the stairs.
I mean, I'll give him that much. But still, I mean, fuck. I had to hose that bitch off and everything.
Didn't your mom was like, oh, like those bacon pieces on the
Yeah.
stairs, someone throw up?
Yeah.
We were like, fucking shit.
You know what we should have done? We should have put Parmesan cheese on his pizza. Maybe he wouldn't have eaten and
Yeah.
vomited.
Or just dust him with Parmesan cheese and then fucking piss off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, horrible.
I think you should address why we call him log legs.
Because his legs were like meat sausages.
Yeah.
So basically, it just looked like logs. Like when you...
There's no ankle to be.
There's no ankle. There's no knee. I mean, clearly he bends.
Clearly they exist,
But you
just
don't
can't
see them. Yeah, they're not visible. So, and then he was very pale, so he looked like one of those ash trees and shit. And anyway, it wouldn't surprise anyone if he didn't have
hang down.
knees. He had.
He
Look,
saw his sack.
I
didn't
saw
he?
his hang down and his sack many a time because of PE,
Oh,
and he would always dress out right next to me. And so I was like, dude, man, my face is like right next to your cockhole. I don't know what a cockhole is. I'm gonna go with his urethra, I guess.
That being said, you never made eye contact
Yeah.
long enough.
Yeah.
But later, you spoke to someone who was dating him, and we found out something interesting about his nutsack.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've been in a locker room and are not flaming homo, not that there's anything wrong with that, but just a side note, if you are gay, men's locker room must be like heaven. But anyway, if you're not gay, you're not straining to look at the cock.
In fact, you're training to look the opposite of the cock
Yeah.
as much as possible.
If anything, you've mastered the art of somehow seeing someone completely naked, but not seeing their cock. I know I did. So while I know subconsciously my mind registered his penis, I had no memory of his penis, other than I knew that it had happened.
It's
Anyway,
like RAM. Once you use it, it goes away
yeah.
afterwards.
Now, there was circumstances with other people where I didn't plan on seeing their penis, and that remains in my memory because it's horrible. For example, there was this dude, there was this fucking moron that wore the biggest underwear of all time. And one day we were talking to him while dressing out, and he turns, and because his underwear was so huge, tidy whities no less, when he turns, his penis just flops out, and I wasn't prepared. So my mind, my conscious mind,
You could draw that dick right
yeah,
now.
couldn't avert it. So it's ingrained in my mind grapes forever. But yeah, Log Leg Larry's long limp noodle. There was nothing with an L. Linguini, long limp linguini. Didn't
You saved it.
it just ensconce itself in my fucking brain. But yeah, later he was dating this chick, and she revealed to me and Guardian, because after much prompting, by the way, and convincing and canoodling with her.
Yeah, she was kind of like
Reticent,
defensive
yeah.
at first about our talks with him, but then after they split and everything, and we got to know her a little bit better, the fucking shit came out about that shit.
And mind you, there was no ill intent behind it. Just like this video or this conversation about, there's no ill intent. We're just really poking fun at the guy.
Pretty much.
And we'd be totally okay with him poking fun at us. He still sucks, but we don't hate him.
I'll hang out with him when he came in, and then be really happy when he leaves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have no hatred for the guy, is what I'm saying. But that's just how we are. Like, we'll poke fun at each other for ages, and that'll be that. No problem. But we wanted some more dirt on old Log Legs, and what we got was the big reveal from this ex-girlfriend of his that his sack was half brown, half white. Now, if you recall, I mentioned that he had really pale skin. So we were like, man, this fucker has a yin-yang sack? So we called him yin-yang sack to his face, and he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then we just finally up and outed his ex. Like, she told us, dude, we know about your damned yin-yang sack. What's up with that? Yeah, he didn't much like us after that.
Haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, I've heard
Pretty
from
much,
him
yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him a couple times
about
around
it.
town, but that's from about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he say anything?
I chose to avoid, speaking.
Wise.
to him.
Wise.
I always had a feeling he hated me.
He probably hated you because we hated his brother. And he knew that we hated his
Yeah.
brother. I know
There was-
told him I hated his brother.
There was no trying to hide that shit. It was fucking full on hate, and he knew that.
Yeah, it was very evident even when we didn't say anything. I eventually said it. I will say this. His sister was smoking hot, but she's a complete fucking bitch.
Is she?
Oh, yeah. Stuck up, entitled, real condescending. But, man, she's a smoke show, physically speaking. Or was. I don't know if she still is. She probably looks like a damned log right now, but anyway.
There's one tale I want to tell, like a tiny one that you told me. I wasn't there for this.
A tiny tale to tell?
But he told me about it. This fucker works weird hours, or worked weird hours at his job and everything. So when he would come home, he would pretty much sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So one Saturday, I believe it was, Log Legs apparently appeared in his home.
He just freaking manifested out of thin air.
Might as well have, but he
He would do that shit. Before you get into it, he would do that shit. He would just show up, and if you were asleep, he would just knock for like 30 minutes.
Dude, yeah, we would pretend that we were there.
And I had to I was like, crap, I guess I'll go take him. And I was just like, cool, they'll just ignore him. But he would freaking take forever, so he wouldn't leave. Anyway,
That was weird.
continue.
But that was kind of where I was
That was-
going at, because like one time he appeared in his house, and he walked into his room, and this fucker was like, oh shit, he's here, but he was like still like asleep, and then he's like, Abel. He said like 3 or 4 times, and this fucker's like, in his mind he's like, I'm fucking asleep. Fuck this, I'm gonna force him to stay asleep. And then after like about the 4th time, he's like, all right, fuck it. Goes to his couch, takes like about 30 minutes to figure out his remote controls. He has like 3 or 4 months of time, so he's like trying to figure it out. watched a couple movies and everything, and then realized he wasn't waking up, so he just left. So he watched like 2 movies at his place.
2? Oh yeah, that's right. I woke up later and yeah.
Who does that?
Yes, and according to you, he was like dressed up in a nice dress shirt and everything or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder where he wanted to go.
Like he was ready for like a Saturday night hangout and shit, and you were like, I'm fucking asleep. Fuck this existence. I'm sleeping. And then he left after a while.
He's a pretty cool guy.
He's the best. It was his girl. Marcus says it was his girl. I can't read that far. Get it?
There was this girl we used to call Dolphin because she had an extremely long head.
What?
Hold on, I gotta take a break. I gotta laugh at that first of all. So I come up with a great idea to call her Snowflake because of the dolphin from Ace Ventura. Really long hair. We're talking like lengthwise or like widthwise.
Hey. Special cameo from Buttholes, by the way.
Yeah. This dog's gonna be happy.
Hi, dog.
Yeah.
She had been unhappy with the new dog. And dolphins.
Watching A Dolphin's Tale. I'm not sure you guys know what that is.
Damn your dolphin's still.
Why have you seen this movie 10,000 times, by the way?
I've seen it once, and the sequel. This was a sequel. Saw it once again with my mother. Made me cry. Stupid dolphin.
The second one?
Both of them.
Oh.
You see, I'm a stickler for animals. This thing is like the best thing in the world right now. Not Ahab, but the dog, because Ahab sucks. But I'm a huge animal lover. More dogs. So yeah, like whenever you see an animal film, like fucking Marty's Tale, or Marty and Me.
Marley's Tale.
I like how everything's tail. We're gonna change our channel to $10 Tales. Actually, that's better than $10 Slimer. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, Marley and Me.
But Marty and Me, that fucking movie made me cry so fucking hard. Hate that movie.
I have it in Blu-ray for some reason. On top of that, she was a white girl too. Wait, hold on. She was a white girl who thought she was Mexican. So when I called her Snowflake, she asked why, and I told her she was the whitest Mexican I knew. Better than calling her a dolphin, I guess. Yeah, very long head. Okay, we're talking very long head, lengthwise, weirdly shaped. Yeah, like this, like that. Weirdly shaped.
Like this.
This is the worst way to get some answers, though. Weirdly shaped, but thought she was hot shit. Oh man. Oh.
We actually had this girl in I don't know. I guess it was like around my junior high years, whose name was Dolphin, but not in English.
Straight Abe Lincoln.
That's a long ass head. Yeah, but her name was Delfina, which is dolphin.
Oh shit!
I don't even remember.
I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, she wasn't cool.
That's the story.
Anyway.
Was that the story?
Yeah, her name's fucking Dolphin, man.
I like how the whole story was. She wasn't cool.
So Marcus, about this Snowflake chick, was she like a 5 head or a 6 head?
Oh yeah. Was the freaking hairline all out of whack, or was it like somewhat proportional?
If your head's a certain size, like you
gotta be 5 head.
No. Even if you're not a 5 head, your hairline's fucking whack. Because if your head's like this big,
yeah, where's your start?
Your hairline is at a normal length for average people from the brow. Then you got like this entire fucking layer of hair that makes no fucking sense, or you got a massive forehead.
But she told many lies, and an answer to the 5 head, Sasha is all he said. so nice. Straight up 5 head.
I actually didn't think.
Damn, that's a big ass fucking
like the old school movie Mask.
I didn't actually know or realize the 5 head that is Sasha Banks until you fucks brought it up. Now I can't see anything but that shit. Yeah, so thank you for that.
They
you ruined it for me.
They've been trying to cover that too. Have you noticed?
I have not noticed that.
Like you were like a little cover it up and shit. Yeah. There's no covering that 5 head down.
I don't give a fuck about the 5 head. I just get the feeling now that she's a complete bitch.
Yeah.
Is it
So
'cause
really, that's what did it for me.
Is it because her character changed, or just because and you think that?
No, because of the whole shit that happened with Ronda Rousey
Oh,
when she
yeah.
got there and shit.
Oh yeah.
Of all the people, she's the one that legitimately went on shoots and then
Well, she
didn't
gets
sound like she was. Who
happy.
kayfabes anymore? First of all,
Yeah.
and second, she was like legit. You
Buzzed
you
by
can
it?
just tell when
Yeah.
someone's pissed off and doesn't like someone.
Yeah.
And
For
then
no
there was
reason
already all
whatsoever.
those rumors that she was pretty petty. Everybody knows she hates Alexa Bliss, etc., etc. You know,
Mhm.
so it just fit into the previous behavior. I right there just kind of killed it for me. I was like,
And then she was your girl, too.
She was my girl.
I still
But,
hate it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'd bang the living crap out of that, but that's about it. Wouldn't hang out with her afterwards.
Marcus says, I think her snatch stanky.
Could be.
I
you
don't
never
know, man. She seems pretty high maintenance,
Who-
so I'm gonna say probably not.
Who in the WWE looks like WWE looks like they have a stanky snatch? Do you think?
Only because of the suit, Nia Jax.
Damn.
I think Nia overcompensates,
Yeah.
so she probably doesn't stink.
Well, she
like baby powders that shit.
well maybe like
You can't do that either.
Yeah,
That's
I was
fucking
yeah,
bad.
that's bad. That's fucking Ross from Friends. But I'm
I
assuming what
love them
happens.
reference.
I'm assuming what happens is that whenever she like performs and everything, she takes off that bodysuit, and it obviously stinks because it looks like it stinks like a fucking beehole. But she probably is like, crap, I stink, and then we go shower immediately, and like like soaks in like bath salts for like 10,000 liters afterward.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a biographer,
Just
but I'm
made
assuming
an
that's what
entire
happens.
scenario for her. We'll go with it though.
Pretty cool though, whatever.
I'm trying to think of who looks like they have a stinky snatch.
I know.
Oh,
Do this by the way, but
that would have been bad.
Tamina.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe. She looks like she would stink like citrus fruits.
Yeah.
Citrus fruits?
That's weirdly
Like
what I was
rotten
thinking.
or like just citrus.
No, like a pineapple maybe, or
Yeah.
maybe like an
A
old orange.
tangerine.
Yeah, tangerine.
Yeah.
Is
that's
that
a
because
good.
she's Samoan or what?
No, I don't know.
Dana Brooke looks like she has a stanky one. Yeah.
Possibly.
I can see that.
Possibly.
I would kind of bang her though, weirdly.
Yeah,
She's
bang it.
kind of growing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like her massive porn lips that she
Yeah.
gave herself, but
It's alright.
I mean,
I'd bang her.
DSLs, I guess. Titus.
Alicia Fox definitely looks like,
she's just ratchet sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I like
can't
it
even-
just destroyed my will to
I
live.
can't even think of anyone else. Huh?
I kind of don't want to say this,
Mm.
but Bailey probably, maybe.
Oh shit! Now
mean-
look, I gotta flip it on Marcus. He was shitting on Shakira the other day
What?
because he said that she's gotta have some dookie stains up in them drawers because of
Blasphemy.
how big her ass is. Same thing applies to Bailey, dude.
Yeah.
The ass probably be all stained. Well, first of all, I disagree with the fact that Shakira probably has dookie stains. But if she does, so does Bailey.
And to be fair, of both people, if they do have dookie stains, don't matter.
Yeah, he said he would straight up eat Shakira's turds. So,
And probably Bailey's too.
Would there be a knife and fork involved, or would it be straight from the chute?
well, if it's straight from the shoot, even I
Um,
kind of think about it.
If,
though.
if they're presented, be classy with that shit. But if it's straight on, like animalistic and everything, just fucking go in that shit. Kinda
So
weird.
either way, you're eating turds.
Yeah, either way.
Either way, I mean shit.
What if someone comes with a Tupperware with a turd in it and goes, there is a 75% chance this is Shakira's turd, but there's a 25% chance it's not.
That it's mine.
Would you take that chance?
I mean, I'm gonna be eating shit, so it has to be 100%. So no, I will not.
Yeah, but 75% chance.
It is a good- it is-
above average chance.
Them some good odds, but I need to be 100% sure.
I'm not eating any turds unless the person whose turds they purportedly are is in the room with me.
And it's like fresh and shit. It's not like sitting for like.
It could even be a dubious turd as long as they're in the room.
I don't know why this is my favorite thing we've talked about the whole
Turd eating?
Turd eating.
Well, because you're not talking about eating turds and everything from massive assed people.
Yeah. Battle of the Five Heads, Alicia versus Sasha.
Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha, because Alicia's already ugly.
Yeah.
And
So you're
she-
like, fuck it.
She's got
She's got
5
5
heads.
Sasha, you're like, damn, that's good looking, and then all of a
You
sudden
can-
this fucking head.
You can randomly dick swing in the air and probably hit the 5 head of Sasha Banks. So massive.
Yeah.
Just let that hang.
Nope.
Pretty much.
He says, no, Bailey is a clean eater. Shakira eats straight Colombian mud.
I don't know, man.
Well, she's been around the country, around the world, so I doubt she just eats Colombian turds or Colombian shit.
She looks pretty fucking healthy to me. I was watching some video where she was doing her standard ass shaking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, shit got wiggle.
In a good way.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
I like how we're both like reminiscing about Shakira ass and everything with her hands behind her head.
It was awesome, man. That
Shakira?
ass, and it still is. But she got to be like in her mid 40s now.
at
Nah.
the very least, man.
Yeah.
She's got to
been
be
around for
early
a while.
40s, right?
Well, early, yeah, but I mean,
Nah,
still
she was
40s.
like in her early 20s in the early 2000s.
There's no way, man.
So she's like 40. I'm gonna say she's 44.
I'm going to say 42.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
No,
Wait,
wait.
what's your...
Hold up.
What's
I'm gonna
yours?
change my.
Don't look at it.
I'm gonna say she's 41.
Hey, you went down. I said 42. What did you say?
I was gonna say one of those two, but I guess not. You can go with even 40.
We got a 41. Damn.
Boom.
He knows.
I did
Fucking-
some maths in my head for
Fucking
once.
stalker and shit, but you know that's neither here nor there.
Just did a little math in my head. That's all.
Again, stalker material there, but you know.
So wait, would you eat her feast?
I already said if she was
Yeah.
in the fucking room, I'd eat
You
her
would eat
feet.
her feast. You would just eat her feast. Even
Yeah,
if
I'm not
she's
gonna
in the room.
eat some just
Random
random
feast.
turd in
No,
front of me.
I mean, you said you would.
He
Well, yeah, I
would.
would if it's 100% Shocky feast. Then yes, I'm gonna eat that shit.
Okay.
Shocky feast.
Who else's feast would you eat? Like who's on that feast eating tier like Shakira is?
It's a mighty high tier.
It's a really, really high tier.
Really high, like exclusive Shocky tier is what I like to call it. I mean, I've had celeb crushes way before Leanne Rimes. Remember that shit?
Yeah, we do remember that.
Yep.
Not so much now because she's pretty much disappeared from the public eye. Still hot though. I don't know. Like no one's ever reached that Shocky tier. I guess Bailey comes very close because of her massive butt.
So she would be like a close second on the feast eating.
So the size of the ass determines the quality level of the feces.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be a combination of everything, and not just ass. Because I mean,
This is why I
there's
say
been
it's
some-
important that the person is in the room. Otherwise, you're just eating,
Yeah,
an
like-
indeterminate
like
fucking
if,
log.
Like if you just choose massive ass, and the person's disgusting, then what the fuck's the point?
Again, this goes back to my point, which is the finest point. It has to be there. The
I do,
source has to
look,
be
I
there.
do agree with you. I'm not even gonna lie. The only way I'm eating feast, and it's a very man, I probably wouldn't do it. I think I would puke. But if I were to eat feast, it would have to be straight from the butt.
Like completely fresh.
Yeah, because it's like at least there's some other kind of contact with the person. It's not just I'm eating a log and they're there. So I kind of get you on that. I am totally confused with your logic of just
Eating a random turd.
Someone brings a paper plate. You'd be like, "Is this her feast?" And they're like, "Yeah." You're like, "All right." Like
I'm gonna take their word for it. She has to be present and she
No,
has to,
hold on,
she has
that
to
was-
say,
that
"This
was-
is my feast."
that was not an established
That
rule.
was my rule. You just fucking brought that in out of nowhere.
I even expressly said someone came in and told you this is her feast. Would you eat it? You say yes.
Has to be 100% hers, verified.
Yeah, it's verified, but she's not in the room.
It has to be
They have a
verified.
certificate of authenticity for the
It's not
turd.
gonna fucking work. Any random feast has to be verified from the person.
What if it's like, what if it's they bring the feast and they also have a video which you will be able to keep later of them laying the feast, but they're still not in the room.
What can the shape contain has to be her feast, which means it has to come from her anus.
But does she have to be in the room?
Well, obviously, yeah, she has to say, "This is my feast."
Okay.
I'm not even some random
I gotta
person's-
say, you're
backtracking.
backtracking a little bit.
You're backlogging.
Yeah, but yeah, because I thought it was obvious that it has to be from the person.
It didn't seem that way when I explained mine, and it was that scenario which you have just now adopted as yours. In the end, it's pretty sad. But anyway, peace.
Do you have to see them drop the deuce for? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Do you have to see them? He says, do you have to see them drop the deuce first, or just enter the room with said person and it's just on a plate?
Yeah, see, that's a whole different world too.
That's kind of what the scenario I thought he had adopted. Like, there's a pale plate with turd in it, and he would eat it. Which he said he would, by the way, many times.
Yep.
You, on the other hand, you're like, the chick has to be there.
Yeah.
Which I kind of have to agree. Although mine's a little bit more, I'll have to be straight into that ass.
Like
stick a fucking
like
popote
sitting
up
on
the able.
like a city rage style.
Yeah. Oh man, this is horrible.
Horrible conversation, by the way.
Anyway, so there's no other Shakira little feast.
Not to me, no.
I mean, that's a pretty exclusive club.
Very exclusive.
Shakira's the obvious one. I'm trying to think of, man, I don't know, man.
I mean, we all had crushes, celeb crushes, right? I mean, shit.
Yeah.
But
I think,
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I think Shakira might be all by herself there. Emma Clone might come in.
Damn.
Emma Stone. But
With
then again, I
chick.
kind of be like, damn, man. Like when I was watching Battle of Sexes, you know, she's playing a character that basically is a lesbian, right?
mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, I don't know why it was disappointing. I was like, damn, man.
That is a weird thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all experience it, but like, you find someone hot, super hot, and then you find out they're like gay or something. You're like, not that hot anymore.
That happened in real life, actually.
Shit!
I was working at one of my 10,000 call centers, and there was this one chick, and there was some attention given to me, which is weird because I never noticed that, but I noticed it from her, to the point where even a buddy of mine was like, hey dude, just FYI, she's checking you out. I was like, oh shit. So I started, acting cool, and by default it became super lame, I guess, but whatever. And there was times when I would talk to her and everything, and there was an obvious thing there, but then I realized she's a lesbian, and it actually hurt my nuts.
Like physically?
Yes, like I was like, oh.
My nuts.
I mean, there was no chance I was gonna get her anyway, but I was even less of a chance, like a double whammy. So I'm kind of like, oh, wake up.
You took a steak to the nuts.
So I was thinking more punch, but steak, I guess. But yeah, that happened to me in real life. Sucked or sucks.
I can't think of someone else who would eat their turds.
Would you eat Chucky's turds?
Yeah.
Kind of hard not to, right?
I think I would. I wouldn't be happy about it, but it would be kind of one of those things that you're like, ask for it. I've eaten worse. I hate Toro Burger.
Or like frozen fucking burritos or some shit.
And freaking Flanders burgers.
Oh my god, those things fucking suck.
One time, Mom brought some burgers. She cooked them up and walked in, stunk. We found out there were those cheap ass frozen burgers from the Walmart Flanders.
They're already green in color.
I
And that's their
kinda-
natural color, by the way.
Honestly, I kind of felt bad because you walked in and you're like, oh, it smells like shit. And she was like cooking them, and I was like, oh man.
I
It's
said
kind of
that?
like, no, it was.
Oh, this fucker.
Yeah, but I was like, oh man, like she thought it was gonna be like a good meal and shit. And it's so much, I actually felt so bad. I was like, all right, I'll eat them even though they smell like rancid turds. And I bit into it and then I couldn't do it. Like I felt bad, but I was like, Mom,
Did it
you
crumble
know
in your
what?
mouth?
Yeah, I was like, Mom, you know what? I know this was like a good idea. I didn't say this, but it was pretty much understood. I was like, man, these babies taste like crap. Don't
No.
get these damn.
With those things, I don't even call them burgers because they're not fucking burgers. They're
No.
fucking things.
It's like
Those
freaking
things,
cardboard.
you can actually cook them to the point where they don't taste like garbage or like feces. Like they taste like really old Salisbury steaks.
Yeah.
And that's the closest you can come. Like there's a really fine line between Salisbury steak taste and complete garbage. And it's a really fine line. If
It
you
really
cross
is.
that fucking line, you're dead. But yeah, like if you undercook them, obviously it's dangerous to your health. If you cook them just right, Salisbury steak, old Salisbury steak. Overcook them, fucking might as well just fucking be burrowed to fucking China. I don't know what that means, but point is, it's fucking things suck.
You cross that line, you're dead.
Yes, might as well be. Cause when you eat a burger, you want to bite into it and enjoy the fucking thing, and then have like your favorite beverage with you and everything, like soda, or some people have beer for some reason. But you want to enjoy that shit with your favorite beverage on a hot day, popping fireworks hopefully on the 4th of July, not wondering why it's crumbling in your fucking mouth, disintegrating before your taste buds, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, Flanders.
That's so bad, man.
That's the brand of the end all brands.
And again, their color is naturally green. I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's bad.
Horrible.
Speaking of the 4th of July, remember that time?
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna. Remember that time you bought a bunch of fireworks, and then you bought those super expensive turtles?
No, they were tanks, right? Or turtles?
No, they were turtles.
Were they? Well, they weren't expensive, but they were like this marquee thing and everything.
Yeah.
They even told us, make sure to put it on a flat ground.
It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be cool.
You lit that baby.
Well, first of all, before you go into it, we lit one in this fucker's yard, which he has a cement thing or something. It was like an old
slab.
Yeah, an old slab or something. But it
Where
was
an outhouse used to be.
Yeah.
No, that's not where the outhouse was.
Well, it was some
What
fucking old
No.
thing, but now it's a concrete slab.
Outhouse used to be where my bedroom is.
What?
Living shit.
Anyway.
But anyway, so it's this concrete slab and everything. It's just concrete. So we put it on the flat surface, like how they told us. Continue.
Well, you just lit it, and went like 2 millimeters,
And
grillimeters, and then
it made
it
it-
stopped.
It made a really, really weak.
Yeah.
And then
And then it went like 1 grillimeter, and then that's it.
yeah, that's it. So
$5.
so we're thinking, oh well, it wasn't flat enough. It has to be like a really flat surface. So we put it, because we bought 2 of them. We put the second one on the actual street. Lit that one. Didn't even fucking move. Just stayed there. And then again. And that was it. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This bullshit. That pissed me off.
Oh, man.
Was not good. Marcus has a question. Oh yeah, I do want to say, I didn't do it last time because we thought the stream died pretty early.
Mm.
It actually turned out to be pretty funny. But freaking me and Marcus hit up one of the Jackbox streams, playing with one of the YouTuber called Coco Crazy.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta say, she was pretty cool with us because we get some really, really stupid answers. So shout out, I guess.
Shout out.
Random question. Still waiting for it.
Got this dog spelunking in my shorts.
And now spelunking on the wires over there. Big
Man.
ass snap.
Remember that time you thought a dude hit on you?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, there's been many times that's happened, but can you be specific?
At Barnes and Nobles?
I remember that actually.
The super gay dude, you came up. We were like, wow, at the book, one of the book sections, you came up to us and we're like, dude, I think this dude hit on me. And I was like, no. And you're like, nah, dude, look. And then I went with you, and I saw you and him interact. He was just being friendly. I was like, dude, this dude's not hitting on you.
That's like, people have a certain radar when it comes to like getting affection or getting like the hint or whatever. I have that, but it's completely almost always wrong.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where it picked up from, I guess.
If he was hitting on you, he was fucking live 69ing me.
Yeah.
As fuck.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that a little bit.
Marcus asks, have any of y'all had an overreaction from a rejection from a female?
Define overreaction.
Well, any type of overreaction. Be it a hissy fit, be it a emotional overreaction.
That is an absolute yes.
I think everybody has.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. I've had a few. I mean, if you're actually like emotionally invested into somebody, like I don't like flings. I don't like little, fuck buddies, nothing like that. I like relationships, so I do get emotionally invested in the person. So if something fucking happens, you know, where that ends, I mean, there's been a variety of reactions that you could call overreactions. Have I ever been rejected up front, like asked somebody and then been rejected? No, so I haven't had a reaction to that type of thing. But, you know, I haven't asked many people out, and those that I have, I with the exception of one, I ended up going out with. So in that regard, no. But after a relationship ends, fuck yeah. And it's been a variety of things. The worst one being the last one because, you know, there was so much baggage and so much history, so much fallout and shit that it just became like emotional decay. And then every time you talk to the person, it's not even a normal conversation anymore. It's you frantically trying to preserve something, and sometimes they're in sync with that, and sometimes they're not, or vice versa, and everything goes to fucking hell. And you're like, what is this thing? It's imploding as we speak. This is fucking Nagasaki and Hiroshima all over again, only, you know, with dicks and pussies, and then it's horrible. And
I think you're still kind of going through that a little bit. Well, whenever we have that type of deep emotional connection with someone, and it all of a sudden ends, I think we all have that decay, nuclear bomb kind of detonation and everything in our soul essentially, and it feels horrible.
And the fucked up part is you can never get on the same page with a person, really.
Yeah.
Unless everything is clear and you know,
cohesive and concise.
Yeah,
it never is.
And it rarely fucking is. You're never on the same page with the person, so you end up having this fucking nuke go off in your fucking life constantly at times. And for me, it just got to the point where I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna play this game anymore because there's no way I'm gonna win it. So imagine a person that you know instinctually wants to be with you, but circumstances do not allow that to happen. So they constantly push you away. You would naturally, like they would if you push them away, react adversely to that and be like, what the fuck? Because you're so emotionally involved with them, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Everything else you're telling me says go ahead, but you know, you get all these mixed signals. You've had a relationship, but now, you know, you don't know what the fuck to even grab onto, and this keeps happening over and over again. And sometimes it's an open door, and sometimes it's a closed door, and all this fucking bullshit, right? And then just one day I just said, fuck it. And mind you, this is after nuclear meltdown city for a while. I just said, fuck this shit. I can't have somebody in my life that is going to keep me in this state of mind. So, fuck it.
And it's funny because, like, you mentioned, like, you know, you're always losing and everything. If you end up winning that game, you're a winner at a losing game, essentially. Like, what's the end game, essentially?
Yeah, because nothing can ever be restored to what it was. One, two, people do not forget, and they do not forgive. No matter how much they may say so, no matter how much they may attempt to, or their intentions are, they don't. Rare is the person that does. So you always have this fucking baggage sitting right there, fucking big ass elephant in the room, just sitting there, and you know, whatever. The point is, I just decided, fuck this. Basically, cold turkeyed that shit, and that was that, you know. And then you begin to look things in retrospect, and you just say, fuck it, you know. Yeah, of course. Deep down inside, I still love the person. I still care for them. But what's the point of putting anything out there if there's not going to be no reciprocation? Yeah. And if there is, it only is going to complicate shit like it had before. So fuck that shit. It was just like, I'm done. That's it. And then from that point forward, it's not been an issue. You know, you know, on occasion you still think, you know, fuck this, fuck. But for me, it's like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm pretty good at that. Once I get it in my head, I'm pretty good at that. But this was the one that took the longest to get out of my system, because there was so much there, and there was something there in return. It's just there's so much complicated issues in the middle of it. So while there was a myriad of overreactions, in the end it was just an overreaction that saved it all, which was fuck this. Fuck this shit. I'm done. Now I got some other broad asking me to marry her. So that's a fucking thing.
That's a complete non-red flag right there.
I mean, it's all good. It's actually the chick that I was embroiled with before I met my ex, but that I couldn't do anything with because she was married. And then she ended up moving back to where she was from because the divorce went through and all that shit eventually. But by then I was already with my ex. So, that nothing happened there. But, I'm going to be honest, I considered it. Still considered, she still talks about it, Have you checked this? Have you checked that? Because she lives in another country. So...
There you go. You got some traveling going.
You know what I'm saying? That country doesn't allow felons in it.
Oh, well, never mind.
So there's I wouldn't say loopholes, but there's ways to get in, but it requires you to do a bunch of shit. As it is right now, I'm 2.5 years away from even qualifying to get in. So
maybe you should get moved to Antarctica.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing but barren wasteland over there.
Hang out with the
Penguins and
with
shit.
the penguins and the fucking World War II Nazis in their base, apparently, and the UFOs.
Well, they're controlling the weather.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually Alaska, but yeah.
But she's
right, asshole. We're just making a little joke.
I'm that fucking asshole that's always correcting people, even though it's an obvious joke. So, yeah.
What are you, Disney?
Continue with your...
No, I mean,
whoa.
it's just, I don't know, man.
I'm not exactly sure what Marcus means, but I hit her up on Instagram recently. Ended up being pretty cool. Still needs surgery, though. Not exactly sure what you're talking about there, Marcus. I don't know if it was like a cutoff thing or whatever.
Maybe it was like a previous comment, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know.
Clear that up.
You got some tales of woe?
I have many tales of fucking woe. But...
Unless you got another one?
Well, my recent ex, I was with her for officially about a year and a month, but it wasn't like an ongoing battle, essentially war even internally with me for like 4 years. That was fucking something. It was the one that I told you about that has the pretty amazing ass. So yeah.
I highly doubt this ass scenario, brother.
Trust
I gotta
me, dude.
see this ass.
Yeah.
You have to see this fucking thing. It's fucking...
Bring up some pics, boy.
I don't have any more pics. I deleted them all.
Look them babies up.
I'm gonna fucking hack into my server and everything, fucking look them up and everything. But anyways, yeah, it was like it wasn't even like an on again, off again thing. It was more a situation of her being like, well, I can't. This is how it is and everything. And I was still kind of pushing for it, being that.
What was the I can't?
Yeah.
Well, she had many factors and everything, but it was mostly her kids and her baby daddy situation. She had like 50,000 kids.
Yeah.
And like half of them and everything belonged to this one dude that was still kind of fighting for custody.
I mean, that's already a red flag for you,
That's
really.
a big red flag.
And she had like fucking like 10,000 baby daddies too. So anyways,
Damn.
Yeah, that's a no go.
one was dead, one was in prison. The third one was a braggart idiot. Well, by the sound of it,
Wait, hold on. I gotta pause you right here. Take this into account. This chick that I'm talking about right now. She, back when I first met her and we were getting embroiled in something. I mean, she's one of those chicks that, I mean, you just know. There's no mistaking that she likes you, one, and that she wants something with you, right? So there was not even like a single doubt, one. But then there was always, for me, initially, she's got kids. It's not that I care about that. It's that I have to consider what baggage that comes with, right? So that's already one.
Yeah.
You already checked one of those in your own list. Second was
5 of those.
Yeah, 50 of those to be precise. And then on top of that, this one had 2. On top of that, she was still married, mind you, trying to get out of the marriage, but she was still married. So that for me was like, that's it. I mean, I can't proceed with this. One, I wouldn't go out with a married woman, and 2. That's baggage that's not taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And you were just like, fuck this. I'm gonna push for this, even though this sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, it had to do with most with the ass because it was amazing. Was that amazing?
I highly doubt the amazingness of this ass.
I'm feeling this ass is not great.
You'd be surprised. Trust me. Like I was like,
you need to find some evidence, dude.
Anyways,
we won't show it. Just show it to us.
So I went headlong into this fucking thing, knowing those red flags, huge red flags. So again, it was on me because I chose that, and I still wound up rolling fucking Snake Eyes. But you know, it was kind of like me forcing it, I guess, forcing something that wasn't fitting. I mean, we were like, it's kind of like we were reading the same story, but not the same author, and we were in different libraries. So it's kind of like that essentially. But I was still like forcing myself. This is the same book. This is the same library. When it clearly was not.
No.
And it should have been an eye opener for me, but it wasn't. And I let it drag on for so long and everything. Destroyed me in the end. Not as bad as it was for you, because you actually were invested fully. Both of you were. But for me, it was just me trying to
Trying
something.
to
Yeah, trying to
maintain
make it work.
something.
But so yeah, it was all on me eventually. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, I'm 4 years of fucking trying to pursue that shit, and it didn't.
win.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. We're still friends, I guess. I mean, we don't like talk like on the phone every fucking day, be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" But you know,
Call her up, be like, hey, can you send a picture of that ass?
Yeah.
Because I hear it's amazing. Old Goontick highly doubts it.
old Goontick and Ahab want to see your luscious ass. Send pics now. Maze to the phone, by the way. But anyways, I mean, yeah, because we still work together in the same building, not in the apartment, but the same building. So I see her so often, and we kind of exchange pleasantries. But it's not like hey, I don't go out of my way to say hi to her. She doesn't do the same thing for me. So, I mean, it's cool. It's amicable, I guess. Still sucks that I went to that, but it's not. It's on me.
You know what's fucked up?
Her?
When you're with a fucking chick, and everything's hunky dory, everything's good,
Yeah.
and then the breakup happens or whatever, and now of course I'm using my ex here as an example, and then there's obviously you both want to be together, but then there's circumstances in the middle situation, and then that eventually leads to more fallout, and then comes the rejection part where, in this case, she was like, better to push away than to exacerbate things, but at the same time here are these massive suggestions that I'm still in, right?
That's the
that
worst.
that fucking sucks.
So you're basically being led on.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, to a degree, not in the full on seductive intentional way, but
Not like send.
unintentionally
send
in a
fucking nudes and
matter
be like,
of
oh no.
yeah. Well, there was that too. There's just so many mixed fucking signals. You're like, what the fuck, man? And you, of course, instinctually know that this is all just some confusing mess. But here's the worst. Here's the absolute worst. When, after you've decided, fuck this,
You're out.
I'm gonna give you what you want, basically. This other message that you're sending, which is, the rejection message. Fuck this. I've decided. That's it. I'm cutting you off right here. And then when they make contact with you again, and you don't give them the same response that you gave them before you said I'm cutting this off, they get fucking like pouty about it. Like,
Yes.
the
You
fuck,
changed.
man?
You changed. What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah.
Well, you fucking happened to me. Anyways, I get that.
I said, well, why would you expect me to still be all
The same
loopy and shit?
person.
I was all loopy for you for
You
years,
weren't doing shit.
and you didn't have the gall or whatever
Wherewithal.
to run with it. And then I gave you exactly what you wanted, and then now you're throwing that against me now it's my baggage. In that regard,
Yeah.
there's baggage there from other shit, but in that regard, like, fuck that shit. That's the worst. Like, come get the fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't got
agree.
time for that shit.
That is
Care for that shit. Don't want that shit.
that is super annoying.
Well, there's some. I don't know if it falls into that category. There's just some. I don't know what your WTFing mark is. Care to elaborate? Anyway, there's just some people who just kind of like drama. Again, I don't know if it falls into that category, but
Yeah,
you
in a
fall
sense.
into like a thing where it's a vicious cycle of shit. But once it stops, and once someone makes an effort to make it stop, someone, like you said, someone gets all pissy about it. And
Well,
it's like, continue it.
I think, yes.
Again, I don't know if it falls into that category.
There's definitely people that do thrive off of drama.
Oh, trust me, I know.
But there's a majority of people aren't that extreme, and I think it's just a normal reaction for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
When there's such an emotional investment that you do the exact opposite of what you end up really wanting to do, more often than not, and then it fucks everything up. Whatever the case, it is what it is. You know, it's just like well, whatever. You know, I don't want this fucking baggage.
Well, you don't need that baggage.
You
don't
need
deserve
that baggage.
But some people, me, a la me, my horrible tales of woe, I kind of like still push for that, even though it's not there. I still see it as something, and being the hopeless romantic that I am, I still don't stop. Well, again, journey. Don't stop believing in the fact that this can work, even though it's clearly not going to work. I still have that dreamer's mentality of like sometimes dreams come true.
I mean, they do. It's just the fact that you know nothing's perfect, so eventually the dream ends and reality sets in.
And you're
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that if you're always thinking with a dreamer's mentality, then you're fucked because you're never going to get 100% the perfect scenario. So here's I have a friend in California that's hitting on this dude, and then she's asking me, how do you tell a girlfriend, or I'm sorry, girlfriend, the girl that's interested in you, how do you hint at her that you don't like her if you're not interested in her? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never really had that issue, you know, or like if somebody likes me and I'm not so much digging them, I'm still nice to them. I'm still kind to them. I treat them the same. I mean, I'm not going like, here's my dick or some shit like that. And so I guess that, but not that I would be doing that with someone else, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I still treat them the same. So I don't know. Well, it depends on the person, I guess. Do I think they're shit? If I think they're assholes, I'm gonna just be like, well, fuck you. But anyway, whatever. Basically, what she was asking me was to chart the response of this guy that she's having a back and forth with, right? Mm-hmm. And what I got from the end of it was that she's basically acting like somebody like you do. I know this from hearing your 1 million stories. She's acting like somebody else in front of him, and she has like a really dark, crude sense of humor, and you know she's a weirdo, you know, in a good way, mind you. She's unique in her own way. So when she's talking to this dude, she has to obscure and obfuscate this part of her personality. So conversations have staled out because there's nothing to talk about. If you don't talk about something, if you don't talk about something you like in the way you like, with the passion that you like, what the fuck are you gonna talk about? You know, the wall paint drying. You know, it's gonna get boring after a while. So she's in that situation, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? What is it gonna happen when he hears you talk about dicks and farts and shit, or are you just gonna hold that in? Forever and be miserable? That doesn't even make a lick of sense. So anyway, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna send them ass pics.
Nice.
Ass pics does always break the ice, I gotta say. Tell that chick.
Have you discovered what Marcus was talking about?
Yeah, he said he was apparently gave us his overreaction twice, but we didn't get it. I think there might be a character limit, so maybe just send it in like a couple parts, because we do want to hear that. That might be interesting.
Yeah, it's like we only got the second half of something.
Yeah, we only got the last bit. It just said, but I hit her up on Instagram recently. That's all we got. So maybe just cut it up into little pieces or whatever. Because I kind of want to hear that juicy gossip, not going to lie. I don't know if y'all gotten the old chick hitting you up, then being like, yo, we got to talk and shit, and you're like, hell yeah, and then they give you like nothing to work with. You're like, all right, cool, let's do a combo, and then it's like nothing, like literally, you're giving me nothing to work with. What do I even say here?
I've spoken to someone with that intention, but I'm not sure if it was reciprocated in the same way, because that's how it was. We started talking and everything, and then it just died. I'm like, all right, something.
I don't even go through that fucking bullshit.
That's not even like the thing. Like, there was a point where conversation was fast and furious, and there was some effort put into the conversation, and then you're like, all right, this conversation died, cool. You know, I'll just
move on.
Yeah, what am I gonna keep sending messages to someone who doesn't give a shit, right? But then later they'll be like, yo, what's wrong? What happened? All this shit. You know, like you say you changed, and you're like, all right, cool. You are interested. Maybe I read the situation wrong. Let's do this. And then literally the next day you're like, so what up? You know, you try to hit up a conversation. Mind you, not just go what up. That would be a stupid way to start a conversation. But actually try something. And then, yeah, you just get like one word replies. And I'm like, what even is this? Why do you bring this up every couple months to not even give a shit or try with the conversation? Mind you, I'm a little bit guilty of that too. But it's normally with people that I can actually talk to, like in the next room or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like with you on the phone or whatever. That shit is like, seriously, dude, if you're gonna freaking be this little turd about it every couple months, don't hit me up. And not even try to contribute anything to this conversation. Freaking pissing me off. I know someone who did that, in case you're wondering.
I don't even give a fuck about that. I've never even...
No, here's what bothers me. I consider this person a friend, and then they go up and do this shit. It wasn't even like I'm trying to hit up on this. It's like, what is this, dude? Why are you a little turd now?
You told me about that before, remember? You being super annoyed by it.
It's happened twice.
Has it?
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know about one of them.
Yeah.
There's just first of all, if you're in any form of relationship with somebody, there has to be communication.
Yes.
And you have to be aware of the other person's needs. You have to sacrifice your own needs for that other person, even if they themselves are not. You know, there's a lot of people that are oblivious to other people. But, you know, if you're not a dummy, if you're not oblivious, then, and you know how to maintain something and you want to, then it's kind, you know, I'm not saying this about you, I'm saying just in general. There's kind of a need to do that, you know, if you really want to maintain that.
And here's, I agree. And here's the thing, I actually was the person trying, which is rare for me, I gotta say.
It is rare.
But I was like, dude, if you want this friendship or whatever this is to continue, I'm trying, I'm giving my bit. And then it wasn't like I said this right away, it was like after a while where it just kind of gets you like, dude, you gotta put your 2 cents in too. It's not like a one-way street, right?
Yeah. Well,
eventually I'm like, alright, dude, come on.
That's kind of happening right now with the girl that I'm talking to. I'm not talking to, but like we're friends.
I like that spring sound, brother.
Yeah, like we'll go for like weeks without talking to each other, and all of a sudden we'll message each other and everything, be like, hey, what's going on? And we'll have a conversation, and then next day I'm like, hey, how are you? And then next, vice versa, because I actually also forget to respond. But yeah, that is kind of annoying. Like when you're trying, like how you are, you're not used to like pursuing, and you're not used to that, and when you finally do it and it's reciprocated, and then like literally like the next day later, nothing happens. You're like, the fuck is this? Like how you say, what is this?
Yeah, you make up your stanky little mind. Anyway, I don't know what you were gonna say. We got Marcus's messages. Okay, so I was a wingman for a friend one night. Got stuck with the ugly one, of course. So while my friend was busy, I made my move on the ugly one. My friend is still going. My friend still got some, so that's cool, I guess. And then he said anything. And then I guess this continues on to his previous one where he said, hit her up on Instagram. It's pretty cool. Still needs that surgery done. So I guess he went for a dog.
Ain't nothing wrong with a dog unless they have a personality like a butt log.
I mean,
then there's something wrong with a dog.
I mean, if you go in as a wingman, you kind of expect them to get the shit, right? I mean, you're supposed to build up your homeboy or your homegirl, whatever. Like that's the purpose of the night, is you're gonna be the one, like almost like a manager, like push for them and everything. So you kind of have to like absorb the feces that come your way. Unfortunately,
take the grenade.
I went for a dog once.
An actual dog.
Who seemed, yeah, an actual dog. It wasn't good. Who seemed pretty cool at first. But it became really obvious somewhat quickly that it was one of those people who are just putting up a face. And I was like, oh this sucks. Like,
face for what kind of?
Like the kind of like just trying to pretending like they like a guardian-like face. No offense, but like trying to present themselves in a way that they think you like.
Oh, okay.
But they're nothing like that in real life.
Okay.
And it became really obvious, and you're like, I would much rather have
the real person.
Yeah, much rather actually talk to some person who you are clearly trying to hide than this weird ruse, because this weird ruse, it's not real.
So you prefer the Uggo dog with an actual real personality,
Yeah.
as opposed to a fake ugly
Then like
dog.
a fake ass personality.
I go for dogs all the time. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I go for dogs all the time. Fail every time because I'm horrible.
I don't pursue anyone.
You pursue.
The pursuit that I have put forward is very minimal, and it's usually preceded by a groundwork in like friendship, or they know me before. The only exception to that rule would have been my current ex, or my last ex, I should say, which I didn't know, and she went out of her way to ask about me, which led to me asking her, but that was it. I mean, I didn't know her personally. I didn't talk to her personally or nothing like that.
So you don't go up to random chicks and be like, "Yo, what's up, girl?"
Every relationship that I had up to that point was, it just happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. First of all, I don't give a fuck about trying to do shit. About with that, you know, I'm not actively pursuing a relationship ever. Fuck that shit. It's too much trouble. It's too much hassle. And I like relationships. I'm just not actively pursuing them. So they eventually happen, and then, but see, that's why they happen for the right reason, though. Even though they may fall, you know, out of sorts at the end or whatever, they happen for the right reason because there's something there that meshes about me and that person, and vice versa. We like each other as people. Clearly, it's not a physical attraction because look at my ass, you know, but there's something there as people. So I think that I mean, that's contributed to something. But pursuing a motherfucker, no, hell no.
See, I've been in both situations where I've pursued people that I've known and developed a basis for, and I've also pursued random chicks and everything. Fail every time. Woo!
You gotta let it hang, bro.
I finally got. Yeah,
Full story?
I noticed that when you pursue something, you either get dogs or complete bullcrap, or nothing.
When you actively pursue
when you're just yourself,
yeah,
that's when shit comes up.
yeah. If you actively pursue, you're doing what you hate, which is putting up a facade to try to impress.
Quite true. Quite
And
true.
that shit is readable as fuck.
That's the one thing I don't do. I don't put up a facade, which actually just leads to people being like, "Man, this guy's a freaking loser," and then I don't get responses. So that's good. Anyway,
Well, people do suck.
this
so.
is the actual full story. I was a wingman one night, so of course I had the ugly one. So when I made my move, she completely rejected me. So my response was, "Get surgery, bitch," and left. But I hit her up on Instagram recently. Ended up being pretty cool. Still need surgery though. I don't know. That's pretty. I mean, it's pretty douchey. I'm not even gonna lie, Marcus. But also kind of hilarious.
That was douchey, but also quite a tale to tell. I wish I had that gall, and I don't.
I would hang out with Marcus.
You don't?
Oh, I said I would hang out with Marcus.
Would you 69 with him though? That's the question.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah.
sloppy
That would
69.
be the worst 69 ever. Two fat dudes. It would just be an orb.
And no legs.
I don't know what we're gonna do after the stream.
Probably sit.
Yeah.
Sitting is a good
Sitting
plan.
is a good one.
Probably sleep for me.
Yeah, you got work, don't you?
Not tomorrow, but I had work today.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Usually leaves pretty early.
Because it sucks.
Yeah, that's what I said. Too much belly in the way. No way to 69. That's just a 0.
It's like a yin yang with fucking legs.
What the fuck? Anywho,
Anyway, we should probably end this.
yeah. Shoot this fucking dog behind the shed.
And as a reminder, log legs sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had fun with this one.
Same here.
You seem a little miserable, but I don't know if I'm just reading it wrong.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I mean, dogs.
Yeah, the dog thing sucks.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. Anyway, it's been the Fat Fucks $10 Slimer. And that's a quick way to say it all. Hit like, share, subscribe, those notification buttons. We are out and about.